Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sand Hills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hope you had a great St. Patrick's Day yesterday. I told you guys in the group chat, I'll tell you the truth. I had my last drink of the day at 3:35 p.m. Nothing beyond that. No nightcap.
What did I type in?
You said that's embarrassing.
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 Yep.
What? You seem defensive about it. You can drink.
Well, I had enough. I think I had 4 beers at that time. I was good for the day. I was on Scotland duty at that point, so yeah, I had to go babysit the baby.
I can't honestly remember the last time I had 4 beers.
Yeah.
In a day.
Probably
In a
yesterday.
day. Well, where would I be, Steve?
In the ER.
I'd be in the
come
ER.
on, not
I
for
would be
4
in the-
I'd be
I would.
sleepy. I'd be tired.
I'd be in the ER.
I'd be
Couple of beers.
If you
hungover.
split out 4 beers throughout the day, you're not in the ER. Now, if it's like in an hour, maybe I could see that for you guys. Not on a whole
You'd
day.
be shocked.
hungover though.
No,
Oh,
4
yeah.
beers in an entire
No
day.
chance I'm going to work today.
Hungover.
No
Yeah,
chance.
I'd
I'm gonna
work.
work.
I don't know.
I'd work, but I'd be pissy.
Yeah.
I'd be in a mood.
Tired, everything. Saying the same things. If you get me through this, I'll never drink again. Jake, 4 beers.
That's
nice
it.
job.
That's all I had. No shots, nothing crazy. Just a Guinness if you want a Guinness and 3 green beers.
No
which I
Jell-O
believe is
shots.
Coors Light. No Jell-O
no
shots.
Jell-O shots.
No Jell-O shots.
Shots.
It was a relatively tame St. Patrick's Day. Now, we received some intel last night. I received some intel last night about St. Patrick's Day that our own swim, Nick Sainer, and producer Ellie were out and about last night at McKinney's in the Haymarket. I don't know, about 9:30, I get a text from Swim of just a picture, which he looked, a little bit not normal in the picture, which is fine.
Not normal.
If you know what I mean. Looked a little
Abnormal.
Because of the weight loss? Because of Swim's weight loss?
Sure, we'll go with that. Just, a little bit tired in that picture last night.
Yeah.
Maybe out for a couple hours. But
tell you what's
got a
impressive
picture of
is
Swim and Ellie.
at 9:30 last night, because Swim doesn't roll in here for a couple hours.
Swim will get here about 8:30 today.
About 8:30, and Ellie was in here at
I'd say 5:15.
5:15. Interesting. Yeah. Very
Which I told her,
interesting.
said, listen,
It's not bad at anybody's, but that's impressive.
we had producers in the past that were proud to be out late and did not show up on time. I said, hey, you're here at 5:15. I don't care what you do. If you're out having a good time, more power to you. You do what you got to do. I had issues back years ago when we had producers that worked over there that were proud to be out till 2 a.m. and then didn't show up the next day. I said, all right, well, kind of your job to be here.
Hey, you never experienced that. We did have a run of producers. You would have freaked
Just
out.
didn't-
Though.
Oh, you
would have been freaked
Bill
out.
said,
Or they just come in late, like an hour late.
Now the
And
first
then get mad at
the
us.
first we ever
Other than that,
the first we ever had was Adam, and Adam
God bless him. We love it.
would get here every single day at 6:19 to 6:22,
Right.
and we would say on the air, and here's Adam, and he would flip us off, double bird through the window.
Get mad at us.
Every single day we'd have
You're mad at us.
Adam
You're
has
the worst.
finally arrived at 6:19, and then come on, guys, double bird every single day.
Yeah, we went through a run of them.
Yeah, I just went through Josh, young Ben. No, that's never happened.
Not much drama there.
Zero
Pretty-
drama.
No, they showed
Yeah.
up.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
And
people.
Josh would have aired on the edge of being out late.
Oh,
and
and
still
all the
making
time. But
it.
he'd make it here. That's
He'd
what
still
I
make
told him. I
it.
said,
Still made it. He'd be in the band. Remember?
yes.
He had 2 bands.
He'd say, I'm on 2 hours of sleep, guys, but I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, 2
Sometimes,
hours of sleep for the week.
sometimes
Yeah.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But he was here. So more power to him, too.
Ben got to bed about 8:30.
I think that's, I'd say
Yeah,
7 sometimes.
Ben came in on about 14 hours of sleep. He was well rested.
ready to attack the day.
Yeah.
He woke up at like 3 a.m. It's like a late job for him. Young man.
Didn't have a social life. He
And
reveled in it.
And now he's buried in work at the Journal-Star.
I think so. I never
loving
hear
his life.
from him. For all I know,
Yeah,
he's
we
not
don't
there
know
anymore.
We don't know. Ben was a big part of the
No
show.
idea.
Became friends, and then now he is basically dispatched with us.
Yes, he's like
just
done with those
just
guys.
Nothing.
I'll get an update on him.
Will you? You promise that?
Yes, I will.
Do you have availability of like a security cam or something like that?
No.
See Ben coming in
I
and out
can
of
just
work?
look at the Journal-Star.
Okay.
I mean, I can look at it and see what he's writing. I imagine what he's doing is working on Sundays. That's when the interns, he works other days, but Sunday's a big day. So I bet he's occupied. That's probably his high stress day. He's doing stuff. There's a lot to do. They work their interns.
Well,
Jake yelled at me yesterday.
You probably deserved it.
No, I didn't. Absolutely not.
What happened?
No, not that. Just also,
happening a lot.
I
Recently.
just recently reached out to him very nicely in a nice text. Just, hey, what happened with this? What happened with this? Like that. I get the patience! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! And I'm just like, hang on a second here. Now, just we if we have to go to the text line, we can't we, Jake? Because it was not a, hey, I need to know this information.
Stop.
No.
Sometimes it can
Be
feel
nice,
a little
Bill.
aggressive at times, but I just said I've a lot of things to get done over here.
That's
I'm
not so
doing the
bad.
best that I can.
Yeah.
Patience. The word patience
With
is
an
not an
exclamation
attack.
exclamation point.
It's not an attack.
Yeah. And if you read my
I-
text that went into it, yeah, it was very Switzerland. Just like, hey, just
I believe at the time the text was sent, I was in the middle of 12 different proposals out there for people, so I was a little bit distracted and busy, and so I might have fired off a tweet that a text that was a little aggressive back, passive
I
aggressive.
don't think Bill does that aggressive text thing, does he?
Not aggressive, passive aggressive sometimes.
Sometimes
Can't
passive
be.
aggressive.
But I think we're all guilty of that.
Are we?
Yes. I am
fall
for
more
sure.
on
I
it
am for
definitely
sure.
falls over there.
I am for
It
sure.
definitely
I am
falls
for
over
sure
there.
guilty.
Patience.
That's a good one. Patience.
That's going to come back. That will come back
that'll
up
come back.
again. Yeah.
So I had 4 beers. Did you guys partake in any St. Patrick's Day festivities
Did not.
yesterday?
Considered it last night, and I'm like, Laura,
No.
maybe considered it having a beer, and then there was one fault. Didn't have any beer. So that was that. That's because like this. We ain't about a beer. I don't know if we have any. All right, sounds good. Yep, about wrapped her up. We ain't about head to bed. Yeah, that about wrapped it up.
No, I didn't do anything. Nothing. It was pathetic.
You never considered even having a beer anywhere?
Probably Bill and I is similarly pathetic. No, I didn't. I went to get my hair cut at 4:30.
Looks good.
Thanks.
Yeah,
And then I went to Target.
That is a good cut.
Yeah.
Stop.
It is.
Good God, Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, then I like it.
It is. It looks good.
Yeah, thank you. And then I went to Target, got some stuff, and by that time it was like 7. It got to be 7 o'clock. I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm done. Done for.
Did you get any candles?
No, I had to get some throw rugs. Couple of things like that.
Pillows?
Got those were taken care of.
And the
on
wall
Sunday.
clock's done. Right? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, there's kind of an ordeal at Target because the throw rug didn't have a price on it. I said it's $100. It's $100.
$100.
It's $100. It was $100. But man, it took her like 15 minutes to figure it all out. I'm like, geez. I was patient. I was amazingly patient for me.
I whipped through. We had to go over and purchase some things over at Menards.
Yesterday?
Yesterday at Menards.
On the south side?
What's that? South side.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
84th and Highway 2.
84th and Highway 2 at that. And it was incredible because we whipped through and there was 3 lines of checkers. I whipped right through the courtesy was incredible. We were in and out of there like that. It was
listen.
It was incredible.
Lesson. There's a lesson we should get to an Idle Chit Chat sponsored by
Newton's Lawn Care.
Lesson. Shop. I was struck by it too, Bill. Shop on St. Patty's Day. Shop on St. Patty's Day.
Maybe that's it.
There wasn't a lot of people in the Target. I was blown away by it. Like there's usually you stand in lines there and you can tell by the parking lot it's going to be crazy. Nope, not yesterday because it was St. Patty's.
Menards was the same way. People were just like standing around, hovering. We went hovering.
What do you mean? Like the workers?
The workers. Yeah. We went to the back to talk to someone in the back by the lumber department to go ask a couple of questions about some doors. And there was literally 4 people there just waiting to help us. They were on top of it.
Shop on St. Patty's Day. That's the
Write that one down.
early break.
That's a good
It's
tip.
helping the world.
That's
right
a good
now.
tip right there.
It is.
Now,
It is. I'm not joking.
We have a moment from right before the show to discuss for Idle Chit Chat. This is a big deal.
Uh-oh.
This is right before Sip actually got to the studio. Now, Bill and I both witnessed this happen.
Oh, yeah.
You know that we love Luke. Luke is our main barista here at the mill.
Say the word barista.
Barista.
I would not have pulled that out. I would
He
not
makes
have been,
the coffee.
You know, he's right. No, you're 100%
He runs
correct.
the place. He's the barista. Barista, whatever.
He also is he has his own wood shop in his space.
Oh, he's the jack of all trades. He does everything.
Which I talk about with him daily about his bandsaw.
So
bandsaw?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He
has a bandsaw.
Luke shows up, and Luke usually gets here about 7 to 7:15 when he's working. But it was 5:53.
I perif over, and I go, looks like Luke in his car. And then I'm walking in, all of a sudden I get this, "Hey, Bill!"
Yeah, that's
that big voice.
I'm over here. I hear Bill talking to somebody, and it's Luke. Why was Luke here? Luke knew that I had brewed the coffee that he had set out for us the night before, which Bill is having right now. But he came here because Luke decided last night on a whim, I'm going to drive out this morning, an hour and 45 minutes west to see the Sandhill Cranes migration
by himself.
And so I just love that Luke does what he wants and when he wants to do it. And I love that about him.
And he's going out. He's like, "Hey, this Sandhill Crane thing is a big thing." And it is cool. It's and then Luke's like, "I'll just go." By himself.
Cool. The day off for Luke.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is. I'm not joking.
He wants some milk coffee to go out west to see the Cranes. Anybody else can see the Sandhill Cranes migration?
Yeah.
464-5685. Yes. Anybody else heading out west to see that?
Bill, I've never seen it.
Central Nebraska.
I have. I've never went out. You can go out and there's blinds you can sit in. I've never done that, but I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I was just out that direction just the other day.
Huh.
Yeah.
You were struck by that, weren't you?
I was. Well, it's the fact that I heard Bill talking to somebody on the way. I thought it was you because Bill sipped early. No, it was Luke he was talking to, and Luke was getting coffee to go out west to watch the Cranes.
And Luke is throwing us all for a spin because he doesn't have work Monday mornings anymore.
No.
And so our week always started off with Luke, right? And we talked about our weekend, what went down. Remember, Luke well because Luke came over and helped Jake move.
He did.
He did show up.
He did show up. He was there.
Yeah.
Luke's he's a good dude. He's a barista.
Kurt on YouTube said, "Is it barista or barista? Did I say that wrong? No, I don't know if is it a e or is it an I? I've never.
I know this. That. I never once took it as being incorrect.
Okay,
I did not.
I think you can say it
barista or barista.
Yeah,
I think it's barista.
I said barista.
Yeah, I think it's barista.
Yeah. Text line, you know the drill. Help us
barista
out.
or barista? 464-5685. Thanks.
Kurt on YouTube says, "Are you guys ready for the blizzard tomorrow?"
What? People were talking about that yesterday. Really?
I'm seeing anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snow possible.
Heard a foot.
No, you didn't hear a foot.
I heard a foot. Not here.
There are I think
Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Sioux City could get up to 8 to 12 inches of snow possible.
Yeah. What's that going to look like?
It's going to melt by Friday or Saturday. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be annoying.
When's the snow start?
My app says in Lincoln it's going to rain from 4 to 6 or so. So I should be safe getting here to work and not have any sort of drift issues. But snow
in the 4 to 6 a.m.
Yeah, and snow starting around 7 until 3 p.m.
tomorrow.
Yes, but the problem is that I need help on this because the temperature never gets to 32 all day. It's 33 and 30 to 37 for most of the day.
Don't get it.
And it's supposed to get 7 inches of snow or something up to 7 inches, and it's never going to be 32.
7 inches of snow
the whole time.
Jake, I've seen it rain when it's 26 degrees. Explain that one to us.
I don't get that. I don't understand.
Shimmick.
I can't comprehend this. 7 inches of snow on the ground.
Well, it won't be there very long.
That's what's fun about these snows.
What do you do with it? Do you shovel it tomorrow?
Well, if you get a pretty good stack, you're going to have to look at it.
Better do something there.
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, it would not bother me to see someone. Yeah, I'd be going, yeah, I'm not doing anything.
No, you're right though.
It's going to be gone.
If it's 7, you can't move it. You can't move your truck. I almost cussed.
Yeah.
Thank you for not doing that. We have some response, by the way, to all these things. Number one, I'm seeing barista. So I was wrong. Barista, not barista. Barista. Someone said they saw the cranes yesterday on their way to Arizona.
Okay.
Nice.
Someone said I could sit on my parents' front porch and watch the Sandhill Cranes migration.
Wow.
Nice.
Where are they at?
Better times. Probably Grand Island area. Grand Island
probably
and Kearney.
Somewhere in GI.
Between Grand Island and Kearney. Might be an Ord.
Where, like, are you going to the Platte River? Is that where you're going?
That's the area, Steve. Yes.
I just moved here.
I've never been either. I've never seen Sandhill Cranes migration. So we're on the same page. So
okay.
Bill has seen it, but not us.
Yeah. You never even,
I'm not a true Nebraska.
You haven't
apparently.
even seen anything.
I think I've seen, I've seen it from a distance.
I don't think you have. I don't think you have. I think you're making that up.
I saw him in a newspaper.
Sandman.
Some of the Journal Star.
Sandman asked a question regarding when I leave the show tomorrow when it starts to snow. Sandman says, what's the over-under on Jake getting stuck on his street again?
You better bring the pilot.
Bring the pilot.
I'm probably bringing the pilot.
God, tomorrow it's going to snow.
It's a blizzard again. We're going to have another blizzard on a Wednesday once again. It's just what happens, and then great weather beyond that.
It has that look
so weird.
Of it could be 2 inches or it might be 9.
It's
a fine line. It's right.
It's
about like a 30-mile deal. It's like, okay, it's going to be this or this.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, now we've got to end this. We've got somebody taking a shot at the Cranes. The OG CJ says, hot take. The Cranes are ugly, loud, annoying, and overrated. That's the OG CJ. It's a hot take. I
kind of like that.
Are you Nebraskan or not, CJ? That's rough.
That's really
ugly,
rough.
Loud, annoying, and overrated.
I know. I just like that he's being honest with us. I like where he's at with that.
Kind of part of our fabric, though.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I kind of enjoy it.
It's kind of.
Word is they taste very good.
The prime rib of the sky.
They're the ribeye. They're the ribeye. They're the ribeye of the sky.
You don't eat them, right?
What's that? No, there's actually a hunting season on them.
Really?
In different areas like that. Yes.
Just not during the migration.
No. If you went out there, if all of a sudden
it's not open season right now.
If you're just gunning down Sandhills Cranes,
what's happening?
What's going on? Symbols out there.
I wonder how quickly you'd be. I wonder how quickly you'd be apprehended.
Well, it'd be a federal expense. I think probably be federal.
Big trouble.
It'd be federal. It'd be federal. we know what that means. Do you know who'd be in charge of that? It's federal. One of the best
inside joke.
One of the best texts I've ever got in my life. Talking about something. It's federal. Nothing happened. Not one thing.
The man is free. He's as free as a Sandhill Crane.
And working right now and doing very well.
Excelling right now.
Well, please, let's not go any further with the descriptions of this man.
Steve goes, that's federal.
That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Andrew at Newton's Lawn Care. New customers get 20% off a 2025 fertilizer program. Just text the ticket to 402-440-6297 to get a free quote within 24 hours at Newton's Lawn Care. He's stretching and flexing this morning.
I tell you what, the thing you wanted to get done right now is get a hold of Andrew immediately. Get some fertilizer down today. Before the snow. Oh, yeah. That would, just settles it back in. It's a nice wet snow. Oh,
God dang it.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you guys get stressed out over it?
No, zero stress.
Well, when you've been
Jake
stuck,
probably
been stuck in a drift
because
in the road, yeah.
You know who is stressed right now? Who?
Dave.
Neighbor Dave
is
very stressed.
Looking at the sky every other minute.
What do you put this is a big sign out from this deal. Jake, go the other way. You're fine.
Yeah,
try it. You're fine.
Yeah, the side of the yard says, Jake, turn around. Do not come this way. I'm not helping out this time. Not doing it. Not doing it. There's also something last night. This is beyond a chit chat, but I don't know if you guys. I heard on the radio this morning driving in that we don't talk NBA. We don't do NBA. We don't do that. But there's a very, 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 very odd moment last night in an NBA game.
Jeez, what's this?
Knicks.
This I don't know.
At Madison Square Garden.
Okay, I was watching some of that.
The Knicks behind at halftime, they pull away and win big third quarter, aided by a very strange moment early third quarter. The game was paused for 10 to 15 minutes because a fan, not just a fan, but a celebrity.
Oh, Tracy Morgan.
Got sick. Tracy Morgan was sitting courtside and was,
vomiting.
Vomiting.
It was weird. I saw it on TikTok.
Really?
I saw it this morning.
They stopped the game for 10 to 15 minutes to take care of it. They take him out of the arena. He's got a bloody nose and everything going on.
Courtside.
Courtside.
Well, that's scary.
So they stop a game for a fan. Again, a celebrity, Tracy Morgan, who leaves.
He's just ralphing. He's courtside in
yeah.
like the famous people seats.
Yeah.
And he just bends down and starts ralphing.
And they stopped the game for 10 to 15 minutes.
I'm surprised they stopped
the
game.
They stopped the game.
I wouldn't
to take care of him. A fan, Tracy Morgan, a celebrity fan, but still.
That's really weird.
Very bizarre. I've never seen that before.
I've never seen it either. I'm
where
not sure
a fan
why you
causes a game to be caused because of illness.
I saw it on TikTok, but it didn't explain anything. I just figured he threw up and they just kept playing. Like, what's the big deal? Clean it up.
They stopped the game.
I don't understand that.
Because he couldn't stop. They should have taken him out probably earlier, but he was still not done yet.
Hey,
so
I don't know what to say about that. It's weird.
It is very weird. Also, you'd think, unless something hit you like that violently, you'd think kind of like on 5 minutes ahead of that.
Should go to the bathroom.
I don't feel very good.
Should probably leave the arena.
I'm going to get up here.
Well, you'd be interested in the video. He's just sitting in his courtside seat, throwing up.
Really?
Yeah. I would get up and leave.
Yeah.
Like go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, it might have been a St. Patrick's Day thing. I don't know.
Who knows? That is, there we go. Got to get that out there. I thought that was very odd that they stopped the game for 15 minutes for a fan.
I just saw it briefly on TikTok this morning, and I figured it was like not even a big deal. Like, oh, yeah, he threw up a couple times. Probably nobody even noticed. No, they stopped the game.
They did. They stopped the game, and the Knicks went on to
move on.
They went on to win.
Patience.
So we told you guys to end the show yesterday that Nebraska basketball, of course, is officially in the Crown Tournament in Las Vegas. I think it needs to be clear how strange the timing of this tournament is, just based on the schedule of March Madness. Just so people know, this tournament will begin once we know who's in the Final Four of the NCAA tournament. So today we'll have the first two games of the play-in games. Of course, the play-in games.
Right.
First
Field of 68.
The play-in games to make the tournament, which of course starts Thursday. Then we'll have the Sweet 16, Elite 8 next week. And then this tournament starts the Monday after that and will end the day before the final. So we'll end on Sunday, April 6th. You're going to have a full week with no NCAA tournament except for Saturday. And this will fill the schedule for that.
That's the idea.
That's when you will play.
That's the idea.
Will play.
It's kind of a smart move.
Right. It's a programming
kind
move, right?
Yeah, pretty smart.
This is a programming tournament.
I think the NIT and the Crown Jewel is captivating to me.
Okay.
Because of all the teams that have opted out. So when you look at the teams, it's like there is some bizarre teams that are in this.
Oh, yeah. Here's some for you, Bill.
I mean, there's some. Two of them don't have coaches.
How about DePaul at 14 and 19?
Yeah, DePaul's in.
How about DePaul at 14 and 19?
They almost beat Creighton.
Two of the don't have coaches. I don't know. Is that Utah and Villanova?
Utah and Villanova.
Correct. Both
they actually, technically, Utah is now. They know they're hiring, but I don't see him down there working the court for this game.
I don't think so either.
So also imagine trying to keep in track of that team in Vegas.
Here's some sub 500 teams in the Crown.
Yeah,
Butler's 14 and 19. Butler's 14 and 19. DePaul's 14 and 19. USC 16 and 17. ASU is, I think, 13 and 19.
Right, and Nebraska plays them first round.
They're 13 and 19. Colorado's 14 and 20. The Crown. DePaul is in the Crown.
That's what I mean.
How did that happen?
When I went through the teams, I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Something. I mean, it's something.
I mean, USC's in, and they're like a banner team in there. It's like, man, we got USC.
They're proud of USC.
16 and 17 USC. Okay. Yeah, it's a programming. I mean, that's the way I assess it. Yeah. It's for programming. Yeah. It's executives got together and said, "Hey, let's take advantage of this window of opportunity."
That's why I asked the question today. Obviously you have at the arena. You have an NIT banner. Nebraska made the NIT. They've won the NIT.
Yeah.
You just mentioned the schools and the records. If Nebraska were to get on a little run and win this tournament,
no banner
with teams that are 14 and 18, 13 and 19, do you acknowledge that at the arena?
No, you don't.
Bill,
this is a simple answer.
Bill's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
No, I'm with Sip. That's a hard no.
That's a hard no.
Crown champions.
Yeah.
No. No,
They have to be the favorites, aren't they?
I don't
what
know.
are the
I
odds?
haven't seen it. I mean, it's like,
Who else would you take in there when you read these teams off? It's like, first of all, you got to find out who is slightly interested in playing in this. That's the big thing. To find the team that's the most interested.
Bill, there's a bracket. Cincinnati, I think let's look at records. Boise State's 24-10.
Okay, that's solid.
Yeah.
Oregon State's 20-12. I didn't get through all of them. What I've noticed, and now somebody on our text line could take me to task on this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I thought yesterday, in looking at the Crown, you couldn't find the records of the teams, and I started thinking, "Oh, there's a reason.
There's a reason.
This is intentional.
Yeah.
They're hiding
I
this
couldn't
for
find
a reason.
everywhere I went to look at the bracket. I wanted to see team record, but all it is team. So you have to look up the records individually, and I didn't get to them all. I was at Target.
The field that you mentioned himself.
Target.
Arizona State, Butler, Boise State, Cincinnati, Colorado, DePaul, George Washington, Georgetown, Nebraska, Oregon State, Tulane, UCF, USC, Utah, Villanova, and Washington State. There was initial thought that West Virginia would play in this. We'll get to them next segment regarding what's going on with West Virginia. But there was initial thoughts they were playing. They're not in the field, though, of the Crown.
Yeah.
They've opted out.
They've opted out.
Georgetown 17-15. I've watched them because they play that Big East game. They play a Big East game on FS1 at like 6:00 on, I don't know what day of the week, multiple days a week, actually, probably. And I've seen them. They're not very good. Georgetown's not very good.
Georgetown shocked me. That was one that did. Yeah, they're borderline terrible.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, they're really bad.
They're not Georgetown like you'd think. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Cincy. DePaul, I've seen. God,
DePaul finished, I think, second to last in the league.
DePaul,
but you know what? They almost beat Creighton. They went double overtime against Creighton in the Big East tournament in the Garden.
That's what got him in the Crown.
And almost win.
Win.
You guys deserve this. Yeah, you almost won that game. Come on into Vegas.
That's what got him in.
Come on, Chris Holtman, bring the squad.
I mean, I guess it's something. No, but hard no on the banner if they win. You can't put a banner up after you. No, there's multiple teams that are under 500.
I really enjoy this. There was a write-up by SB Nation, and one of they have like different headlines for the tournament. One of the questions was, will the basketball be any good?
Yeah.
And they're saying, we're not sure about that. They said,
well, you don't need, first of all, you don't even know how interested the teams are. I mean, there'll be some teams highly interested. Like, hey, let's just do this. Mm-hmm. There'll be some in there that don't even want to be in it. They're just kind of glad they're going to Vegas for a couple days,
for a week,
yeah,
or whatever.
And so they're like,
however long.
It's not. I don't know if they're getting on the plane and there's a bunch. I mean, I don't think they're going to go live to the locker room. Sometimes they go live to the locker room hey, let's pan into the coach, see what's going on about this game.
It'll look good. Like, it'll look good on TV. That's the thing.
It will look good.
A good job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fox will do a good job with it.
But there's a chance that this 2024-25 Nebraska basketball team could have 2 titles this year. They won the Hawaii tournament. Yep. Saw the elation for that. Mm-hmm. They could win the Crown, and neither of those will be recognized at PBA. Right?
No.
Neither.
No.
2-time champs. Missed the Big Ten tournament.
The thing to watch with the Crown is somebody raised it yesterday. There could be some opt-out. Some teams could opt out before the tournament. So somebody might get a forfeit. Yeah.
There's some truth to that. There could be, or all of a sudden, I would doubt
a forfeit.
I would doubt that most teams are heading to the Crown with their full team.
No, that's the problem.
There'll be a couple of people going,
the portal opens.
Yes.
And then what Sean was saying is the rosters could be so whittled down that the team might not be able to play. They might have 6 guys. So that could happen too.
Also, if you want to see some fun stuff, I kind of perused the NIT bracket also. It's no better.
Perused it.
No, it's no better.
It's become mid-major city, right?
Yeah, it's just that a lot of teams with losing records.
Yeah. God. What happened? What happened to better times? What happened?
They've gone away. But you still have them in your memory, though, Sip.
I do.
They don't go anywhere there.
I have Nolan Richardson in my memory. Bill may remember that when he came in with the fancy pants and just packed at the Devaney Center. That was an NIT game. Arkansas running Rebels. The Arkansas Razorbacks came in.
Woo Pig Suey. 40
minutes of hell. Yeah. It was. There was a lot of nights like that in the NIT back in the day. And when Nebraska made those runs to Madison Square Garden, it was a big deal. It was fun.
It was.
They don't even play Madison Square Garden now.
I can remember it. Remember what year it was. Anyway, they made the run to the Final Four, and I think it was red, white, and blue ball, but I'm not sure. They went
the Hoppin team.
Yeah, and it was covered like it was like the Olympics. It was a big deal. It was sold. People are like driving from 4 hours away. I got tickets. You want to go? Yeah, I want to go.
It was big
to get into the NIT to watch Nebraska play.
They were using a red, white, and blue ball. It was cool. Jake, me and Bill lived at a time that was remarkable.
There's a red, white, and blue ball.
I wasn't around yet.
It was a big deal. Stan Cloudy, Brian Carr, Hoppin. I can't name the whole team, but those guys were playing. Maybe Greg Downey.
80s.
Greg Downey?
I believe so.
Yeah, early to mid.
1983 was when Carr was here. One of those years.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, it was a big thing. People text in. Someone text in if they went to one of those home games because it was a big deal.
I did.
Yeah, it was a big.
No. Yeah, I did. I think we did.
Jake, it was a huge deal to go to the Bob to see the NIT, see the red, white, and blue ball.
I can't emphasize it enough to a young guy.
Yeah.
It was real back then.
Now, a couple months ago, we had a text from a man named Kevin that I forget what it was, but we laughed about it. We had a good laugh. Kevin has chimed back in this morning.
It was real funny, Kevin.
Kevin says this. Kevin's back.
Kevin's back.
402-464-5685. Kevin says, why would you not put up a Crown Championship banner? Hell yeah, put that sucker up. He wants to reckon if Nebraska were to win the Crown, he wants a banner at PBA.
No, it's symbolic. No, it's too symbolic.
Symbolic of what, Sip? What is it symbolic of? What does it mean?
You knew where I was going.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Tell us, Steve.
It's symbolic of the history of a mediocre program. I mean,
Crown champions.
That's what it
Inaugural
is.
Crown champs.
Also, back when we're talking about better times with the NIT and the Huskers and the red, white, and blue ball, let's not forget back then, Jake, I don't believe anyone opted out of the NIT.
Was it allowed?
No, I mean, you just didn't.
Well, there wasn't a transfer portal.
Yeah, but the big, I mean, there wasn't like, well, the reason Nebraska had a pretty good deal because everybody opted out. No, when you took a look at the roster, I mean, at the teams, is like pretty good. All winning records, I would imagine. Maybe
I think you had to have, Bill, you had to have a winning record. You had to be 500.
Yeah. But anyway, Jake, there was no like, hey, we're opting out. That didn't exist.
No, there's no opt-outs. Yeah. People, Jake, there was a time in this world you're going to be amazed by this when people didn't opt out.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that one?
Yeah.
Well,
it was breaking news
also
on that
guessing
one.
Back in
you know how weird it was, Jake? It was so weird back in the day. Guys played all through the season. Yeah, it was odd.
What a strange phenomenon.
Yeah, with great effort. Yeah.
It was weird.
It was weird.
They didn't quit. It was weird. I don't know what they're thinking.
When did the field expand to 64 teams? Because that was the NIT was probably a big deal because it was 32 teams.
85 is when it's
been forever. Yeah.
So the red and white ball though was when it was only 32 teams. So it was a bigger deal to make the NIT than when it went to 64.
Yeah, I think the field expanded. Somebody can look this up on the.
Was it? Hold it now. It went to 48 before the
48. Okay.
Right.
I don't know the leaps.
I think the NCAA field went to 64 and 85 that's what I think. In 1985-ish. Or just 85.
I can't type.
So Nebraska played in that NIT before the field expanded, I'm pretty sure, Bill.
I think it was 48 teams at that
good. Okay. It jumped from 32 teams to 64.
Oh, really?
In 1985.
Nailed it. Bam.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So anyway, it was a big deal back then.
But Nebraska ball in the Crown. Now people are saying again, we can laugh about winning, but if they lose the first game to a 13 and 18 team,
13-19,
13-19, that would begin to say we wish the season just ended after the Iowa game. Call it good.
I appreciate that people. I'll tell you what, there are people fired up for it.
Who?
Just people.
Name them.
People I hear.
Give me a name.
Just people I hear from.
They're excited to go to Vegas.
Do we have a time slot yet?
7:30.
7:30
on March 31st.
Hey, here's one thing for you. Ooh, I was thinking about Robin's going. Robin Washington.
He's probably excited to see Vegas. Yes.
Oh, what a dream! I think if Nebraska wins, there's like 2 days between games, which means 2 days of Vegas.
Yes,
that'd be incredible. As a beat writer, right? We're going to Vegas to cover a game. If they win, 2 days
off.
Well, not off, but
off, but somewhat.
Yeah, you gotta write one story.
Yeah.
When we come back, a situation in West Virginia has involved the governor now with the basketball tournament. We'll discuss this next.
I like it.
On Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze and an afternoon high around 80. Tonight, showers and storms turning to rain and snow. It'll be windy with a low around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see snow and blizzard conditions likely, an afternoon high of just 39. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're in Baton Rouge at the original Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
Todd started this place 28 years ago with one goal in mind: making the best chicken fingers in the world. We got their famous box combo, chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast slaw, and their world famous cane sauce. The cheddar tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Segment 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids. Farmers, we know that volume discounts are a major factor in ordering seed, and oftentimes discounts are lost buying from multiple brands, but Beck's has the most diverse lineup in the marketplace. Go to beckshybrids.com for a free farm quote, and always remember 3 F's: faith, family, and farming at Beck's Hybrids. Today we highlight Delane Bohack of Absolute Agronomy in Beaver Crossing. Give Delane a call at 402-540-6647, a part of the Beck's Hybrids family.
20% off the leftover green seed. Not very much. But if you get in there today early, like that, agronomy matters. And so if you can get in there early, you get some discount, 20% off the green seed that was left over from St. Patty's Day yesterday.
It went pretty well, though.
It went really well. There was semis lined up picking up the green seed, which is incredible. Beck's.
BecksHybrids.com. Interesting story came out yesterday from West Virginia. Now, they believe, and people believe, they got robbed of a bid of the NCAA tournament. And this now has upset the governor. The governor of West Virginia calls out for an investigation.
At a press conference.
He calls it, quote, robbery at the highest levels. This is from CBS Sports. This is their opening paragraph. It says, standing in front of a wooden dais. Is it dais?
Dice.
Thank you. Dice with a teal blue sign attached to the front with the acronym NCAA, in this case standing for National Corrupt Athletic Association. West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey and Attorney General J.B. McCuskey announced at a joint press conference Monday they will launch an investigation into the NCAA tournament selection committee after the Mountaineers were snubbed from the 68-team field on Sunday. This is the quote from Governor Morrisey. It says, quote, nearly every single sports fan, pundit, and bracketologist had West Virginia as a shoe-in for the tournament. This was a miscarriage of justice and robbery at the highest levels. The governor.
This is like a skit.
It seems like SNL's involved here. No, this is reality here. It's insane.
Yeah, he's going to investigate. The funny thing is, pressed for details of the investigation, then it goes nowhere. The Governor Morrisey said it's unclear if he plans to bring legal action. What kind of legal action? I don't.
Could you imagine how many lawsuits there would be every year of what would happen? Here's the most remarkable part of this. Is the conversation is heavily between, really, it's kind of twofold.
Okay.
It's just two teams, really. It's West Virginia and North Carolina.
Pretty much.
That's the conversation. And a lot of the pundits are just up in arms that North Carolina got in.
Right.
Don't really disagree with them. But again, I think North Carolina is playing decent right now.
Okay.
But my point is, think of this conversation. This has taken over the tournament conversation.
I know.
And it's a 68 team bracket, and they don't get in. Yes, we had a conversation when Florida State got left out of football 2 years ago.
Yeah, we did.
2 years, but that doesn't come up. Also, which I heard today, West Virginia, the head coach's kid, DeVries, is out. He's their best player.
Yeah, he is good.
He's out. That's another thing that another piece that has to be at least thought about. But I'm shocked that the lead story still is that North Carolina's in, West Virginia's out in a field of 68.
The Tar Heels went 1-12 in quad one games.
Say that again.
So the
record against him.
The Tar Heels went 1-12 in quad one games, and
1-12,
and even had a quad 3 loss.
Yeah, quad 3 loss.
They probably don't belong in.
Texas is told they were into the play-in game, as Jake says, an 11 seed.
Play-in. That's
They
right.
were
play-in.
They were in the field of 68 because of their quad 1 wins in the SEC. And then you turn around, the quad 1 debate doesn't work for North Carolina, so you don't even know what they're doing.
What do you
I
mean?
have no idea. So that was always a big deal. Right? How many times on the show do we talk about quad 1 wins?
Well, I know, but the Tar Heels only had one.
That's what I mean. That's the whole point. Is Texas got in? They say because they had quad 1 wins against good.
Okay.
And then North Carolina though had one. And a quad 3 loss, which wipes out the 1 win.
Why are they in? Yeah, why are they in?
Also, the greatest point is all they had to do is beat Duke once. They played them 3 times. The last time without Cooper Flagg.
Right.
So just beat them once, and they just said, "Okay, you're in." Nope, 3 times couldn't do it.
If you had seen the video, I don't have the audio. If you watch the video of this, the governor,
the governor, Governor Morrissey, and
so he has his attorney general in the background, and he just looks so uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here.
And he asked McCuskey, JP McCuskey, the attorney general, to launch an investigation to, quote, determine if any backroom deals, corruption, bribes, or any nefarious activity took place during the process. If you watch
nefarious activity,
a bribe.
McCuskey's like, I don't want to be here right now.
Else you get one of these.
He's like, I really do not want to stand here right now.
I'm at the point where I'll almost like,
what is the deal, Jake?
Bubba Cunningham,
what it is.
The AD is probably like, I just wish we would not have made the tournament.
the North Carolina.
Yeah, I would have not want to make it because they're not winning it. They're not going to win the tournament. And so what did it do? It's created so much controversy. And don't forget that there's already all kinds of controversy there with what happened with the hiring of Belichick. They're completely, you know, they made some rulings on who can get involved with the regents and all this stuff. Because if I remember right, Bubba Cunningham was not a Belichick guy. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. That he was not. That wasn't the route.
I recused myself from that conversation.
But still, if I'm him, I'm. And then also on top, it came out he gets $33,000 bonus.
Oh, good
for making the tournament.
That's great.
The AD does.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just telling you right now. I'm telling my wife right now. Yeah, we're not taking that bonus. Or we're going to take the bonus and it's going to go to the food bank or something. I would not take that money in a million years. I would not want that. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Well, what Jake's getting at here is it's such a strange thing that this guy calls a press conference to do this.
The attorney general does not want to be there, Steady. He's like, this is so
what
awkward.
Are we doing?
Why are we doing this?
We're going to launch an investigation.
Imagine the first
nefarious activity.
Imagine, what was the governor's name again?
Patrick Morrissey.
Patrick. Hey, Patrick, what's going on? Mm-hmm. I hear it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Imagine that just his mind on this phone call. Just going like, what am I hearing right now? What am I hearing? What am I doing? This is a no-win. We realize that all of a sudden, can you imagine all of a sudden like that? There's
an investigation.
Something is found out. North Carolina's tossed. All of a sudden, West Virginia's whisked to the game tonight. No.
What happened?
No, and then
the bracket is concrete right now.
So the attorney general clearly doesn't want to be there. I bet there's reporters there. They're just like, what are we doing? Are we really doing that? Are we really going
to this?
There's
a couple that are really enjoying it, and there's some are just like, and imagine they walk in, look at each other like, or walked out like,
here we go.
This makes us look great. This makes us look great.
What are we doing?
There we go. Before we get to break, I gave you guys a gift on your
yes.
What papers is it? Before we started the show. A shout out for a new sponsor of the show, Ruhlman's Steakhouse in Ashland. If you're trying to find a great place that's in between Omaha and Lincoln, that's incredible, has good food, has good drinks, and a good vibe, I would encourage you go on Highway 6 to Ruhlman's Steakhouse in Ashland. We have all been there before. We did a remote broadcast here for the show.
The cookie dessert.
You had that last time you were there.
Oh, it's worth the drive.
If you have not been to Ruhlman's yet, that's a you problem because it's incredible. That you got to make a plan to get there.
John Benton,
the chef, he's got his own spices. We have the spice with his face on it.
Face on it. Do we have John Benton's face on a spice?
This is amazing.
We talk about all sorts of cuts of steak. We're talking sirloin, filet mignon, ribeye. They got tomahawk there as well. I mean, all the different cuts.
The tomahawk.
They got
the mother of all mothers.
Hamburgers. If you can't have meat, they have fish options
as well.
They have
walleye. My dad had the walleye and said it was incredible.
So
walleye,
please,
big plate of walleye.
Yeah, so I had that's what I had when I was out there.
You did?
I had the walleye.
It's a big plate.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah,
God, that sounds good. Ooh,
I couldn't imagine being there. All of a sudden, I'm eating walleye and I look over, and your dad's eating a walleye right next to me. I would freak out.
But you know what my dad looks like?
No. But I know he'll be in a suit.
Is there a resemblance to you?
Oh, yeah. He's
Okay.
but
Then maybe we
bigger.
can find him there.
Like he's a big version of me. Yeah, he does look like me. 6'2". I look like him.
Would he have a suit on? Would he have a tie on?
He doesn't look like me. I look like him. No, he's retired.
No more tie.
He's probably not wearing.
We wore a tie every day for 50
wore
years.
A suit and tie every day, every single day. Yes.
What is that?
Better times.
Better times.
It was weird, Jake.
Yeah.
People didn't opt out.
Yeah, that's weird times.
It was so weird.
And then they would go to bowl games, and then everyone would play.
I know, it was odd.
It was so weird.
Odd.
Strange.
Like,
What a phenomenon.
Strange times. Yeah.
You guys can check in with Duke. Duke is on his way to McCook, and he will be checking out the Sandhill migration. So if you want to check in with Duke, yes, he's on his way.
Are we gonna get an update?
Yes, Duke's gonna give us an update on what he sees out there and what's going on.
Was Duke going out just for that, or
What's
something
that?
else?
I think just for that.
Really?
Just
by
like Luke
himself.
is going out
They
there.
might meet
Luke
up.
and Duke.
Luke and Duke.
Could be a road trip.
Yes.
Thanks to
Heading out there.
Ruman's. Ruman's Takeout is Highway
Yeah,
6
thank
in
you.
Ashland.
Hey,
Thank
Phil,
you.
seriously.
When we
thank
come back, Song of the Day and Bugaboo Tuesday and Bill's Thrills and early break on the ticket.
you. The thrill.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently. Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Hey farmers, do you run a precision planting monitor in your planter tractor? Boyk Farm Outfitters is hosting our annual 2020 Monitor Clinic at the Holthus Center in York on Wednesday, March 19th. They'll run through everything on the monitor, from basic setup to more complex downforce settings, and everything in between. You'll learn agronomy principles behind some of the monitor settings and will leave refreshed and ready to plant. Representatives from Precision Planting will be on hand to handle any questions that you can throw at them. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. An afternoon high around 80. Tonight, showers and storms turning to rain and snow. It'll be windy with a low around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see snow and blizzard conditions likely. An afternoon high of just 39. A meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day from 1983, Separate Ways by Journey, 464-56851 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Is this my turn or your turn, Bill?
I think it's Bill's turn today.
I'm trying to think like that. So many good songs by Journey.
What do you like?
Don't Stop Believing.
How about Faithfully?
That's a good one. Wheel
What
in
else
the
you got?
Sky.
Separate Ways.
Wheel in the Sky.
Wheel in the Sky.
Yeah.
Got it, Jake. How about Love and Touch and Squeezing?
Yeah.
That's a
How
good
about
one.
that?
How about Stony in Love?
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Stony in Love.
It's
Come
just
on, you know
okay.
that one.
Okay.
This is a stretch. It's a stretch. Doesn't fire me up too much.
No, it's not the 70s. It is the 80s, which we know you don't like that decade.
The chance of me, I don't know. It might stay on. It might not. It's a 601.
Wow.
It's a 601. Doesn't do much for me. Don't hate it. Not freaking out. It's not walk up. It's just there.
I'm going to guess SIP is higher than 601.
Yeah.
What was the song called?
A Separate Ways.
Oh, yeah. No, Bill, I don't understand.
I'm
not
shocked
by your glasses off for this one.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll put mine back on.
Sip took his glasses off.
Yeah,
that's frustration right there.
It doesn't catch me. No.
You would turn that off, and you
There's a
do
chance.
not consider that a walk-up song.
No, absolutely not.
If you walked into O'Rourke's at 11 a.m. on Saturday and that was playing, it wouldn't kind of.
No.
Hey, baby.
No, hey, baby. Buy old green beer. Hey, baby.
Is that your go-to line?
Hey, baby.
The pickup king over here.
Right there.
Hey, baby.
Save that for the Love Doctor on Friday.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
God. Okay. The thing about Journey is they're one of those bands that it's a grand theatrical production. It's so dramatic, you know.
It's a dramatic song. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very dramatic. I love that song. I can't. I do not understand.
Do you think that falls in the category of, hey, we're gonna record this song? You guys want to come listen?
Yeah.
It doesn't fall into that. No.
Oh God, yeah,
it doesn't fall in that to me.
Oh, yeah.
601.
Yeah.
That's not a hate.
No, I know it's not hate.
That's a respectable
601
score.
8.955.
Whoa.
I would bet Ellie is in between you guys.
I'm gonna say she's I think she's 7-1. See what Dad's got.
7-4. And Derek is 7-8.
Okay. Thanks, Derek. Thanks for listening, Derek. Yes. Thanks to anybody who's listening.
Appreciate everybody out
there. Is anyone listening?
Yes.
Text in if you are.
We're just talking to ourselves.
There's one time it happened.
Kind of fun.
We remember the one time we weren't on anything.
Yeah,
we're not on stream. We're not on anything. Just us three talking to each other
here today
for 20 minutes. And there's no one listening.
Microphone.
In the microphone. The best way we could have been sitting on the couch. You got headsets on and microphones. Just about there.
Anyway, some ratings before we move on. Aaron gave it a 7. Sandmaster and KC 9.4. John and Lincoln 9. Triple H's dad a 6. Guilt Nerd 8.8. Lyle and Omaha 8.5. A lot of high scores today so far. Shamia 9.4. Ryan in California 9.8. Kevin, that Kevin 3.2.
Kevin. Kev's been honest. Hold it. Is Kevin friends with Wet Blanket?
He might be.
Is there a chance it might be this?
Could be friends. Hubert 7.5. Hoogler 6.
That's really high for a bird.
6 from Bird.
You guys were on top of your game on that one. Good job.
Bill and Bennett 4.3.
Meh.
And someone else says Journey is always a 10. And that's unnamed texter there. Vernon Dakin 9.3. Gavin and Pender 8.9.
Gavin.
Jennifer 9. Hubby 7.1. Better times.
Things are getting it back together.
That's positive there.
If you guys want to call in for the Love Doctor on Friday, we'll help you guys out. So.
We've got to help out. Jane in Wahoo says 12. That's a classic.
12.
Big B 10 plus. Sanderson says damn 99.
Yeah.
Not 9.9, but 99.
God, we didn't mention one. Wheel in the Sky.
I said Wheel in the Sky. And you commented on it. You commented on it.
He mentioned it and you talked about it. How about that one? Hey, real quick here. We did not. Real quick here.
You addressed Wheel in the Sky.
We addressed it.
Sorry. That was 75, by the way.
Steve Perry is a national treasure. 9 from somebody. The OG CJ Bill is right. 5.8 is the proper score. Is 6.1.
Thank you.
Again, song of the day is Separate Ways by Journey. It is time for a Bugaboo Tuesday on Bill's Thrills. So
things that bother me.
Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be bonanza.
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break.
Yes, Bill's Thrills is sponsored by our friends at Trade-Us Crop Insurance Marketing. If you need any help for your crop marketing, please contact them at gotradeus.com. GOTREDAS. Commodities, absolutely. Bill, it is a Bugaboo Tuesday.
Steve,
what could be bothering you today?
Let's do this, Bill. It's Bill's Thrills. Flip.
I'm aghast at a lost past. I'm aghast at a lost past.
Okay.
The phrase, just pull over and ask. It'll never happen again. I can hear my mom's voice right now. I hear my mom's voice right now as you're driving and you're lost, you're in another city, someplace. Just pull over and ask.
Yep.
I've heard it 1,000, 2,000 times. How many times has it been brought up? All of a sudden, you're lost, another city. Where do I go? Pull over and ask. No chance. Because right now, there's 2 people in the car, maybe 3. Your car has GPS and your phones have GPS. There's no reason ever again to have to pull over and go into a gas station or whatever it is and ask. I've asked people on the side of their, I've asked people in their homes. I have asked people, I have been in a neighborhood and asked for directions.
When you were jogging.
Oh, I can remember trying to get to Lincoln High School in New York City and just whipping over into a deli, trying to figure out where it was at, things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been in LA. I can't find a school and whip into an AM/PM, which is incredible because most people would be like, yeah, I have no idea. And then there'd be somebody in line going, yeah, it's just 4 blocks over. It's right over here. It's right over here. But it'll never happen again.
I have no idea.
I have no idea like that. Just pull over and ask. It'll never happen.
I don't think so. Not.
It might in some rare case.
Rare case.
But just think about it right now.
Rare case.
Now, I can remember there's times I've been 20 miles off just because you keep driving, keep thinking something's going to happen, something's going to click in, and then you're also going, you're not even close. I've seen it.
Quite a ways. There are times I've been 20 miles.
Oh, 20 miles. It has been.
Hang on a second. 20 miles.
My dad said it was my dad and mom were with my uncle Tracy and his wife Janine one time, and they lost an entire city. All of a sudden, it was just dark, and they're like, okay, and guess what the wives were saying? Just pull over and ask. Nope. It's
well, yeah, that's the dude thing too. You didn't want to do.
You don't want to do that.
No.
Like, I got it.
I know where it is.
I bet we'll go right up here. We'll hit 31, take us back to 19. Yeah. We'll be just fine.
Yeah.
No, not going to happen.
The one thing I will add to this conversation, Bill, when I'm on the motorcycle, it's an issue because I don't have the GPS and you can't use your phone. Now, some guys got their phone
right
sitting out. Yeah, I don't do that. But so it's still a bit of a factor for.
But you could pull over and pull it up on your phone.
Yes,
and then be like, okay,
100,
at least pull over
100, which I do sometimes.
Okay, here's where we're at. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. No, but that was we used to do that all the time. Me and you in the 80s and 90s.
You pulled over all the time.
We pull over that.
Jake, in recruiting, and never times pulling over is fine. You did it in recruiting. I did it all the time because you had nothing.
Right.
And you're just going by, and some kid's telling you directions to his house to go to a home visit that night or something. It was a lot.
It was a lot. And then sometimes you'd stop and ask, and then the embarrassing times would be like, okay, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Got it,
and you get back in the car, you're going, I have no idea.
No, I can't do this. I got the first part of it, but let's get the first part.
If you think almost the double stop is all happened just as much.
Me too.
It's like, hey, listen, okay, I can get out of here. Then they start talking. Now they just take over this. You come right up that hill. You're going to see this.
I can't remember all.
And also, you can't. That's just too much for me. And yet, when you get back in as a dude, you're like going the right away. It's like, you got it. I got it. You don't.
No,
you have no idea.
No, when you're alone, it's no problem.
Yeah.
But if you're with somebody, it's a problem.
It's a lot. Problem. We have some response. Genghis says, "Poor Bill's dad" on that one.
Yes, but I'm not right. I mean, that was very common.
Yeah, it was common.
We'd be in the back seat as kids, and you hear my wife just say, my wife, my mom, just Ron. Just pull over now.
Pull over now.
Just pull over now.
100%.
Just pull over now.
Bo Lever says, sometimes GPS is wrong. Heading home from Arkansas, missed a turn, and I was at least 20 miles off that time.
Wow.
That can happen.
GPS can be off.
I always trust it when I can. So
me too.
Ryan in California says, the old passenger map holder. When I was younger, my mom would highlight the map, and I would tell her where to turn. Many times, I failed.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. The map is hard. Or the best part, remember when I went to MapQuest?
You printed
and
them out.
You had 88 pages just to get you across town. Oh. Right now, if you just to get to my house right now would be 14 pages of MapQuest. It would be 14 pages.
Oh, I did the MapQuest thing a lot. You print them out.
MapQuest is beautiful.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. Triple H's dad says, just found a map of Minneapolis, St. Paul the other day that I bought at a gas station when I tried to find Wayzata High School in 2002.
Wow.
See?
Pulled over to get a map.
2002.
I'm telling you, back in our day, it was so common.
Oh, yeah.
It was so common. How to
pull over?
Pull over.
Garage Chef says, I still have friends. I'm not going to read that one. Never mind.
Just read it.
Nope, not reading that one. I think that was probably not meant to be read on air.
Okay.
So I'm going to pause that one there.
Good job. You caught yourself mid-sentence.
Yes.
That was nice, Jake.
Bill, the headline once again for Bill's Thrills today.
I'm aghast at a lost past. Just pull over and ask.
That's beautiful.
And that is Bill's Thrills. Bugaboo Tuesday, sponsored by our friend at Trados. Go to gotrados.com. GOTREDAS.com. When we come back, hour 2, a top 10 list of the best tandems of football and basketball coaches. One school might surprise you as number 1. Did Nebraska make the list? We'll discuss that next. An early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular single-axle light American lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R. Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com. Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try a double chocolate muffin with a leprechaun latte made with dark chocolate, peppermint, and Irish cream. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also sewered in Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Tuesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. Also at 70th and Pioneers. And what's going on today with Shin Daddy in Creighton, Bill?
Where phrases become reality is what
Oh, it's
something
bad.
like Shin Daddy's did a great job. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Oh, no.
Wait a second. What? Okay.
Oh,
You don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Oh,
He's
no.
brought in 400 rabbits. He's got 400
Oh, God.
rabbits. He got a
Oh, God is right.
a half of a semi-load of rabbits dropped off.
Why?
What's that? Well, Easter coming,
Oh.
and then for the
A
kids,
month away.
a chance to get a rabbit too. So they have them all.
So they're perchable.
Yeah, and they're free, and so he's got
No, so you don't have to purchase them. They're free.
They're free. Yeah.
They're free rabbits.
Free rabbits. He's got 400. The cages are stacked.
He's giving away
The
rabbits.
cages are stacked in right now. If you go into, it's a little crazy in there. There's 400 rabbits in the.
He's presenting rabbits.
As you walk in the door, everyone gets handed one.
Are they-
You come
Oh,
in.
I don't
You
want
get-
one.
you get- you get-
What if you don't want one?
You take it. Yeah,
I
that's
turn
right.
around. I'm not doing this.
You
today.
wouldn't take a free rabbit.
No. I wouldn't. And if someone handed me a rabbit at the bank, I would turn around immediately.
You think that'd be abnormal? They get a rabbit.
Here's your free rabbit. Thanks for bank
I
with
don't even
Midwest
want the
Bank.
rabbit.
Happy Easter.
All right.
Hey, take it. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
You insane. He's really glommed onto these
The
sayings.
sayings have been a fun thing for him. So 400 rabbit cages are set up. You get the cage when you go too.
Okay, that's
You get a
positive.
cage. You get a cage.
You walk out with the cage.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
no, that's-
Hassenpfeffer. Yeah.
This is happening at 8:44.
8:44 is when it starts. When you walk in, everyone gets a free rabbit
And
handed to
the
them.
kids got a loop, I suppose. Right?
Kids will loop down. They all get a bonus rabbit.
Take them back to school.
Yeah, what are they going to do with them?
him in the principal's office. He's fine with it.
Stack them in the gym.
Just a bunch of rabbits in the gym. No PE today, folks. The rabbits are taking over the gym.
I don't see where this seems odd. I just don't see it. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Does he provide the food for the rabbits too?
No. Yeah, get your own food. Get that at Baumgart's.
Get the cage, though.
Get that at Baumgart's. He has the cage. Gives a little starter packet. So what a day.
That's in Creighton.
Creighton.
Midwest Bank.
Midwest Bank.
Sip's turning around. I'm not going in.
You wouldn't take the free rabbit when you came in.
I don't want the rabbit.
You see, so I'm correct. You see that as abnormal.
I do. If you walk in a bank, they say, we want you to have this rabbit. Yeah, I'm saying no, and I'm leaving.
I'll see you tomorrow. We'll try again tomorrow.
We got to do this every day, Cindy.
There's 200 rabbit cages in the gym. Can't have pee. Blizzard's coming.
Hunker down. Thank you to shit, Daddy.
I'm flabbergasted.
Sip is not visiting the bank today, so
I just think that you want to go down that rabbit hole.
There you go. Real quick. Hey, Jake.
Yeah, go for
I'm not hijacking anything here.
Please don't.
Just real quick. Deion Sanders. You guys will be interested in this, and me and Bill butt heads on this. That's why I brought it up. I want to see what Bill thinks. Deion Sanders floated in an interesting idea on Monday. I'm reading right off On3 right now. Stating he'd love to see his team play a spring game against another team. He has a taker. Syracuse coach Fran Brown tweeted his willingness to link up with Colorado in a spring game or bring his team to Boulder, he said, for 3 days. So there you go. Now I don't know if that's going to happen, but I would say to both coaches, be careful here because it's going to be treated as a real game.
I just don't see I don't see where I'd push back at all. First of all, first of all, I think it'd be great you'd get something out of it. And just obviously I
agree with that.
Next thing would be for us personally on the show, be awesome to cover.
Yeah, because you're covering a real game at that point.
Coming a real game. And then
what if you're on the hot seat?
What's that?
What if a coach is on the hot seat?
It's probably why they're both pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Probably both pretty comfortable. Also, when they say to be a real game, they're not going to be like going, all right, here we go across this field. Let's do this thing. No, it'll be scripted out. Hey, we're going to do this. Let's do some first downs, some control downs, some third downs.
I wonder. That's the part I wonder about.
The part is if they want to also that they could kind of just do it and not really care because the NCAA really couldn't do anything about it. They decide, hey, we're just going to do this. They'd be like, not really care. I think they probably floated it out there, kind of knowing that's probably going to get swatted. I don't know how it all go through, but it intrigues me. And the teams work together, which you see the practices all the time in the NFL. They get together and they do pass rush against each other, and there could be a lot gained from it. Yes, there's always a potential. If you do everything all the time of potential of injury, then you won't ever do anything.
Right.
You'll never. After a while, it's like, well, I love that. I told you that. You want to see a bugaboo? I love that. We're sitting there talking about a scrimmage or anything in practice like that, and someone goes, "Huh, you don't want to see somebody get hurt?" Yeah, nobody does, buddy.
Right.
Like that. Figure it out. Right. There's not one person going, "Why do you want to do this drill?" Well, it usually gets 4 or 5 guys hurt pretty seriously, so let's do it. No, nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. But at some point in time, you do have to play a little bit of football.
Yeah, and you know what? The current coach over here does that. They tackle
play football.
A lot.
They tackle. They do that. So
they tackle a lot. Coach Rule does a lot of that. What if Coach Rule tweeted out, "We want to play a game," and he was getting tweets back? Can you imagine the excitement here?
Versus no spring game at all? The Husker games we have instead of that?
Yeah. And
well, even if they did it on their own.
Yeah.
If they did it on their own. Like, hey, listen, this is not open to the public. This is not. And all of a sudden you worked out and K-State drove up.
Okay. I mean, the scenario would be fascinating because, we're going to have a close scrimmage with Kansas State. But still, people would overreact to any result that they hear. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That's why you wouldn't have any. All you would have is you just have scripted out. Hey, we're going to do. Hey, offense gets 10 plays. You guys get 10 plays. We do this. We do this. This particular period is going to be pressure, and you can run whatever you want. This pressure is going to be this. There's ways to do it.
You don't envision an actual game, like a game where they play for score.
No, not at all. No, I think it'd be more of. Deion Prime did say that they wanted it for a game. They wanted to pack the place.
Now,
so
here's
that was
why.
a little different.
Yeah, you can do it at Colorado because the level of interest is not as near as what it is at Nebraska. Those,
it's the same for Syracuse also.
Right.
If it's that team that does come down and play them.
Exactly. I just don't know if Alabama, Auburn could do this. Alabama, Auburn, we're going to play a spring game.
Blue Bloods.
Oh, really?
The Blue Bloods can't do it.
You're right. Some probably could, but a lot couldn't.
It's the same thing. It's just like it is with the spring game. You see some people are having a version of a spring game. Some aren't. Whatever. This should be in the same mold. Yeah. You want to do it? Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't
know.
If
you don't want to, some people go like, I'm not doing that. Okay.
I don't know why the NCAA would have to step in on that. If Syracuse wanted to travel to Boulder
and practice
and play,
and they get 15 practices.
Yeah.
This counts as one of their if they do 3 practices together, 2 practices together, whatever it is.
God, it'd be an expensive trip though.
Yeah.
It would be for Syracuse if they got the money to do it. That's
I'm sure you'd probably just say it's a home and home, right? Hey, we'll be back next year to Syracuse.
But like you mentioned, Sid, the thought about Nebraska has been, Kansas or K-State, you can drive. That's a long trip for Syracuse going from New York to Colorado.
It's a lot.
Not getting Colorado State doing it or Air Force. You're talking about a cross-country trip.
Right. You wonder if the Syracuse AD is like, hey, Fran.
Easy.
How about we go play Buffalo up here? Let's go to Buffalo, baby.
It's going to cost us $40,000.
You know what to do? It'd be the same thing most likely. If they decide to do it with a paid crowd, probably pretty easy to find a sponsor that would build it, that would get them there to cover their costs.
Yeah.
Advertising / sponsor. Somebody would be like,
maybe that's
whatever it is, like that. Some company. Yeah, I'm going to get involved in this.
So we'll see what happens there. But thank you for bringing it up.
It's one thing about it.
You're welcome, Jake.
It's really interesting. Really interesting.
It is. Dion, I mean, what do you say about Dion?
He doesn't really care about what people think.
He does not.
He does what he wants. I like that.
And I feel like the Stool, me in particular, I don't know. I'll just speak for myself. I hammered him after his first season.
You did.
I thought it was a freak show, clown show. Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Now we'll see that they've lost 2 top 5 picks this year. Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders are gone. What will that team look like?
They lost a couple of their wide receivers. They were pretty good too. They lost
off a 9-win team.
What will that look like now? Dion seems pretty confident. Dion didn't no NFL job. No NFL job.
That's why he's still at Colorado.
Right. I thought that was going to
happen.
Well,
we thought that when Shedeur left, that Dion might go somewhere else or just step down. No, he's sticking around at Colorado. And I'd be curious to see, losing 2 top 5 picks, the Heisman Trophy winner is gone. If they can win 7, 8, 9 games again, losing that kind of talent, he's doing a damn good job out there.
I know. I the way he went about it was so novel and so kind of shocking to the senses, but that's what he sized it up and said, this is what we have to do. We have to purge this place. It worked to a large degree. But anywho,
yes,
get to the CBS Sports.
Saw this from CBS Sports yesterday. They were doing the top 10 tandem.
CBS Sports.
We do. They're the kings of the offseason. They really help us out. Top 10 tandems in college football and men's basketball in terms of coaches. If I had told you 4 or 5 years, let's go 5 years ago, that Kansas football would be associated with the top tandem of coaches in all of college sports, you would have laughed me off this desk, rightfully so.
Or I would have said the field's not particularly strong, but go ahead.
This is from CBS Sports. They list the tandem of coaches, and they put the combo of Lance Leipold and Bill Self as the number 1 combination tandem of football and basketball coaches in the country. Number 1.
Well, he's won 2 national championships.
Bill Self
has, and obviously Lance is won 8 or 9, whatever, in Division 3.
Lost track,
and obviously has progressed all the way through. So it's really good that. And if you're looking at championships, yes, that hard to push back on DeBoer and Oates.
They're number 2.
That's a hard one to not see to be 1. But there would be it'd start and end with one thing that Self has won 2 national championships and 4 Final Fours.
Is that right? 2 national titles, 4.
Final
the
Fours.
field of these isn't particularly strong, in my opinion.
Of the tandem coaches?
Yeah.
Like UConn.
It doesn't really blow you away. Matt Campbell and TJ Otzelberger's 3.
At Iowa State. So
pretty,
Iowa State and
pretty
Kansas
good combination.
1 and
Pretty
3.
good,
Yes,
yeah.
pretty good.
It's good.
Number 4 is Tennessee with Josh Heupel and Rick Barnes.
Okay, that's 4.
Number 5 is Clemson. Dabo Swinney and Brad Bradell. Obviously, a great year for the basketball team.
Great year. Tennessee's really strong.
Oh,
Heupel's a playoff team.
Yeah,
like that. And right now, it's Tennessee a 2 seed. I mean,
in basketball,
they were number 1 this year at some point in time. They were ranked number 1.
That's a strong one.
Very strong.
Clemson at 5, Dabo Swinney, Brad Bradell. Number 6, Oregon with Dan Lanning and Dana Altman.
It's pretty good.
Tandem, very good.
It's pretty good.
Then it really drops off.
And then, number 7, Michigan State. Tom Izzo.
Izzo's kind of carrying it right
and
there.
Jonathan Smith, who didn't have a great
is an
year.
excellent coach. He did a nice job at Oregon. We'll see what he does this year. Next year, we'll see how it is.
Number 8, UConn with Jim Moore Jr. and Dan Hurley. Back-to-back titles, of course, for Dan Hurley.
Kind of a man.
UConn went 9-4 in football. No one talks about that. They went 9-4.
They went 9. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
at UConn. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Number 9, Baylor, Dave Aranda and Scott Drew on this.
Again, meh.
Yeah.
And then number 10, Houston with Willie Fritz and Kelvin Sampson. That's your top 10 of tandems.
Willie Fritz is
football and
an
basketball coaches.
I'd have Willie Fritz and Sampson higher.
Willie Fritz and Sampson. Sampson's 69. Fritz has got to be in his 60s, right?
Check it out.
I bet he's I'm gonna say 60, 63, 64.
That's the old man group there.
Yeah. I like that.
Fritz and Sampson. Sampson.
64 years old for Willie Fritz.
Wow.
64.
Willie Fritz is 64.
He turned 65 in a couple weeks, so he's basically 65.
65 and 69 as the top. And I
top 10 tandem.
And I think they should be higher. I see him higher than that.
They were number 8 last year. They've dropped 2 spots in these polls, apparently.
Sampson just seems to be getting better. He gets better with age, it seems like.
3 years in a row as a 1 seed.
God.
3 years in a row as a 1 seed. And the previous 2 years, they weren't even in a Power 4 conference. They weren't. Interesting.
Yeah, he's reached at least, Sampson, the Sweet 16 in 5 straight NCAA tournaments.
Yeah.
This stuff just makes me angry
well,
when I read
I look at
why, Steve.
You know why.
There's one.
They've reached 5 straight Sweet 16s and with an Elite 8 and a Final 4. It's not, are we getting in the tournament? It's how far are we going? Don't get me started.
There's one team here that is going to frustrate. One program is going to frustrate Nebraska fans. That's Iowa State, number 3. Seeing Otzelberger and Matt Campbell. There was a time that Nebraska was doing a dance with Jamie Pollard. They wanted him. There's a conversation about him being the AD here in recent
When
years.
was that dance?
Was that after Bill Moose, or was that when Bill Moose was hired?
Wasn't it? The way I remember it was around the time when Miles was hired.
Okay.
Wait.
So
Tim Miles.
In the last 10, 12 years,
Yeah.
then.
And even if you don't agree with the 3 spot, they're a top 10.
Right.
Yeah,
Easily a top 10.
100.
Easily a top. Remember, Iowa State was going to the playoffs if they beat Arizona State.
Yeah.
That's where they were at. And they said, oh, that's the Big 12. That doesn't matter. That's where they were at the time.
Oh, you're right.
And Iowa State, I mean,
They're doing it at Iowa State, okay?
Yeah. I mean, Otzelberger's path was South Dakota State. It's a 1-year at UNLV, and then now at Iowa State excelling. And obviously Toledo is where Matt Campbell came from. They didn't come from big programs. They came from a MAC school.
God.
And South Dakota State in 1 year of the Mountain West.
Oh, you admire that.
I do admire that.
I do too.
And that's why people have always here respected Jamie Pollard as an AD. And that's why there's interest from the fan base. If that name was actually mentioned here at Nebraska, and Troy Dannon might do a great job here at Nebraska, but that's someone that's doing it with 2 exceptional coaches in their program.
Nebraska's got a good AD. But yeah, I mean, Pollard's done a good job. I mean, it's Ames.
That's the shocking part.
Yeah, that's what you use with Lincoln. I just don't like the excuses I hear. If you can do it in Ames, you can do it in Lincoln. It's a common. We've been saying that for 20 years. I mean, you can do it. It doesn't have to be an excuse. God, I don't like these conversations at all, Jay.
They're uncomfortable, but that's where we're at right now. It's uncomfortable times.
Are we at uncomfortable
Your
times?
football team went 7-6, and your basketball team missed, is playing in the Crown tournament against a 13-19 team in the first round.
I mean,
that's where you're at right now. Where Iowa State, again, who people made fun of for years just for being in Ames, Iowa, almost made the playoff, as Bill said, and almost won their conference, and they're a high seed in the NCAA tournament.
And Kansas is 1. Kansas. And they're doing it, and like I said, this year, prior to that, when Lance turned the thing around, they have one of the worst stadiums in America. There's a track around it.
It's bad.
There's a track around
And
it.
I will tell you this.
Now
too.
it's getting fixed. I understand, but it was horrible.
The Big Ten has major advantages over those teams.
Oh.
I mean, I'll give you an example. I don't need to name the schools involved. Let's put it this way, just hypothetical. If Kansas wants an assistant coach and a Big Ten team wants an assistant coach to join the staff, they're both going after the same guy. It's over. Nebraska can offer $200,000. Kansas can't. I mean, Nebraska can offer $700,000. Kansas is $400,000 behind. They can't do it. It's so the fact that those tandems are on here, that makes it all the more impressive to me. I wonder how it's going to be in future years, but the advantages that the Big Ten has financially and the SEC are profound. And it manifests itself in ways that are really significant, like that. We always establish how important coaching is. Well, the Big Ten can go get the coach it wants. The Big 12, if the Big 12 wants that coach, it's screwed. If a Big 12 school wants that coach, it's screwed. If the Big 10 wants it, it's going to get it. The Big 12, it's not. Unless, no, it's generally not.
The advantage is ridiculous.
It
is. It's absolutely, like
it
I said.
happens too. It happens.
That was a great list. It's
pretty
fun to
good.
watch.
CBS Sports. I love those guys.
To look at.
They're amazing.
And if you went,
best coaching tandems.
If you went back 2 years, Kansas State would probably be about third.
Tang.
Climate, yeah.
They would have been about third on the list. Think
Tang
about that.
had a bad year.
Yeah, Tang. I mean, was it 2 years ago or just 1 year ago? Was it last year? Not that they made the run.
That was
2 years ago.
2 years ago. That was.
But if it was 2 years ago, they would have been probably in the top 5.
Yep,
they would have been.
Yeah,
I'm sure they were.
Top 10 now.
I'm sure they were. Not on it this year.
Not on.
When we come back,
Yeah,
there is
Jake,
some
that's a great
news
job.
yesterday. I think will make our very own Bill Busch very proud in the NFL. We'll discuss what that is next.
We'll go
on
down that
Early
rabbit
Break
hole.
on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds 1 in 105,000.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. An afternoon high around 80. Tonight, showers and storms turning to rain and snow. It'll be windy with a low around 31. And tomorrow we'll see snow and blizzard conditions likely. An afternoon high of just 39. A meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This
Well, good morning, little brother.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sip, you were mentioning that you were having some computer problems, a little bit slow. Wait,
How can you fix that?
There's a place
Is
that you
there a
could
way?
probably go to that we all know very well, including a person named Trip that works there. That spot is, of course,
Triptastic.
Computer Hardware, just south of 70th and O Street in Lincoln. They take care of all your Apple products. It's the Apple Store of Nebraska. Computers, watches, phones, and more. Please also stop in Kearney, Hastings, or Grand Island. 45 years in business. Computer Hardware. Trip has not been there the whole time, but he's been there for many, many years.
45 years.
Trip's not 45, is he?
No, he's not. He's probably 36, I'd bet.
Looks 35.
Maybe 35.
45 years, though, Computer Hardware.
Yes.
Started with the floppy disk. And now look at what they're doing. Incredible.
Great people. Check him out. Again, just south. Get a taco from Taco Inn, of course.
He'll pay for it.
He will pay for it.
Hey, one quick correction.
Yes. What do you have?
I've kept saying that smoking guns next to McDonald's. That's erroneous.
It's close. It's close.
It's close.
I mean, it's like there's like a building in between.
Yeah,
them.
there's a building between.
So it is close-ish.
I noticed it yesterday, and I felt terrible. So it's not next to McDonald's. There's a building in between. It's close,
It's
though.
Very close by.
Smoking
You're not.
gun.
It's not that bad of a take there.
Yeah, it's real close to Raising Cane's and
It's
Target.
just north of Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
And north of Target as well.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll have jerky on Friday in the show.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. There was some news I saw yesterday. Now, we know that Bill has been around a lot of different college programs and
It's been around a lot.
was part of
Assistant coach.
potentially the greatest team, if not obviously you won it, but maybe the greatest college football teams of all time, 2019 LSU, and they keep cashing in. Yesterday, in the last 2 days, big deals announced by two members of that team, Jamar Chase, 4 years, $161 million extension, which is the largest salary in the NFL by a non-quarterback.
Okay, so he passed the defensive end Myles Garrett.
He did. And then Derek Stingley, the cornerback from that team, signs a 3-year extension worth $90 million with the Texans yesterday. Bill, these players just, I mean, you knew them when they were there, but they are just cashing in year by year in the NFL.
They are. And the incredible part about it, when someone asks, like, well, how'd that, tell me about that. Well, both of those young men they're talking about, same way with Justin Jefferson and with Joe Burrow, their work ethic was ridiculous. So we always say, why do you have great culture when your best players are your hardest workers? Period.
What was Stingley like?
Incredible hard worker. Just loved. First of all, this is a fact because Ed Orgeron would lose his mind. So every day in one-on-one, he's a true freshman. And
Stingley.
And he has to go every day. If he didn't, he wouldn't. He only went in one-on-ones versus Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson
As a freshman.
As a freshman.
God,
That's
imagine
it.
that.
He didn't match up on
As a
anybody else.
freshman.
As a freshman, every rep he took during one-on-ones were against those two guys.
Ooh.
First-round picks.
Right out of high school.
Right out of high school. Boom, there we go.
What did you see? Like, why was he? Was he super mature or what?
Yeah, very mature, very calm. Obviously, he had the frame which matched up, and he had ridiculous ball skills. Number of interceptions he would make when the ball was available, he would make the play. And then the biggest thing was the moment was just never too big for him. Sometimes the moments can get too big for a lot of people. You see it happen all the time. You go, well, it's a little too big for him. Never was too big for him.
Stingley's
so
really
very
interests
calm.
me.
Yeah, very, very calm. And like I said, just a great person to be around. His dad was an incredible person. One of my first spring trips I took was to go out and watch Stingley practice. My first trip.
Where was this?
It was in Baton Rouge. Stingley lived like about 4 blocks away from me. I'd see him all the time driving by. He'd honk at me and stuff.
Daryl Stingley Jr.?
Derek.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's that? What?
Derek.
I'm sorry.
I said Daryl.
Yeah, I did say
Derek.
Derek.
Yeah, sorry.
Derek.
Yes.
My bad.
He lived down the street from you?
Yeah, it's on the street.
Really?
So I'd be out jogging, he'd honk at me and wave by, drive by. He lived, yeah. So I'd go to the school to go see him, which to go watch him practice. And at the time, I'm going like, I'm coming back going, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, first round draft pick. Yep, pretty good. Right there in Baton Rouge.
Right down the block.
Right down the block, right down the street. So he was around the office a lot because legally you could come by and watch practice and do all that stuff. So we'd see him, for unofficial type of things. Or whenever he could unofficially be on campus, he would be.
God.
Yeah.
What you just said about him blows me away. That he was a freshman and you guys put him on Chase and Jefferson.
He had to. That was Ed Orgeron's deal. He said, "Do not throw on one-on-ones. I don't want to see the number 2 offensive tackle going against the number 1 defensive end. Don't want to see it. I want to see
1-1.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron. So he wants to see that because it'd be like one of the things that, oh, you just beat. Oh, cool. All right, just beat the backup. That's great. Who cares?
Not all coaches are like that, though.
I don't know if they all are. That's it.
I will say that they're not.
I will say this. It was. I mean, it was like when you got to your one-on-ones and the matchups were bad. You knew it was going to be a bad day. If all of a sudden it happened, and then sometimes you had to tell them ahead of time. So like Grant Delpit for my safety, he won the Thorpe, so he'd get lined up against slot receivers, and he only went against and that's where
who did he go against?
Well, Jefferson would slide into that spot because he played slot and outside. Jamar was usually always the X. He was always outside.
Okay, Jamar's always outside. Jefferson would slide in
he
sometimes.
Could do both. He could do both. Yeah, and so there. Like
I love that stuff.
They were. Like I said, there was a time when in the I think it was in the Peach Bowl against Oklahoma in the playoff game.
Okay.
Where we had Clyde Edwards-Helaire had gotten injured, so they were holding him out of that game. So they played Jamar Chase. Sometimes they'd play him at running back, and they motioned him in, and they handed the ball off to him. and I remember I'm in the press box. It's kind of like he's like, don't do that, Joe. Don't. Oh, got 6. He knew what to do. Amazing. He motioned back in, ran inside zone as the Blitnikoff winner.
What was the score at halftime of that game?
I think it was 49-6.
Yeah, something like that.
I remember being at the Nuggets. I was at a Nuggets game, and people were texting me like, "What's going on with LSU?" Like, God, they're up.
But those guys, you talk about deserving. I mean, they are just. And if you would see them, they would go out of your way. I told the story to someone the other day. I'm walking through in the Bengals. You have to walk through the locker room to go to the field. So I'd been there. I was spending time with them right there. So I'm going through, and head to practice, and Joe had said something like, "Hey, my locker's right over here." He goes, "You get a chance to swing by before we go out to practice." And so I'm going to walk by to see Joe, and all of a sudden I heard there's someone yelling at me and comes over and like grabs me from behind and picks me up, and it is Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase.
And just that's the kind of personality they had also. Just like, Coach, great to see you. What's going on? Good dudes. And would outwork you every day to the point to where when you're a DB, you don't really like receivers. They're always, and they never did because you're upset with them all because most places they do this during practice. Flag, those two. Never.
They didn't.
Don't forget Terrence Marshall was also there, and he was a second-round draft pick. So, and guess what? He was the same guy that they were, and they would just. So for all the youth out there, and guess how many practices they missed? None.
See, that's the thing, Jake. See, that's the thing. That's why that team. I mean, there's a lot of reasons that team was amazing. And
there's a lot of those guys out there.
Okay,
there's a lot of those guys out there.
Here's a football question that you may not know. Why would a Chase stay outside and Jefferson move in? What's the difference? Why do some receivers just stay outside?
The X receiver is kind of he's generally the boundary receiver a lot, and he has to win certain routes and just kind of combinations of things you run. The ones that can do both are always, and there's some that do different things. And there's times that a slot formation would come up if we were in 12 personnel where that Chase could end up in the slot. But for the most part, that's not where it's at.
Yeah.
But where it changes, it's always like, hey, your one, and usually is like your X receiver. Technically, right now, I don't know, the slot receiver causes a lot of problems. That's why you see guys in the slot making, like a Cooper Kupp making 14 catches a game.
Okay.
You're going like, how did that just happen? Well, he's in the slot, and so you had to have that matched up with it. Come
on, Jake. He's giving a seminar.
I don't know.
At the time, Kerry Vincent was my nickel. Okay. And he ran on the track team. He was 10 flat, 100 meters. Think about that. It's not too bad. It's 10 flat. 10 flat, 100 meters. And that's what that's the kind of talent I had to have to match up with those guys. You had to have that type of a talent.
He's your nickel.
Yeah. Ran 10 flat. He was on the 4x1 team.
This is an LSU team that the previous year, again, good year, 10-3 in 2018. They won the Fiesta Bowl over UCF 40-32. End of the season, ranked 6th in the AP poll. And we're talking about, again, Jefferson and Chase are, if you ask people who's the best receiver in the NFL, it's one of those two.
One of those guys,
and they were both on the 2019 team.
That's ridiculous.
It's
one of those guys.
Was it clear in spring ball that, hey, this could be a damn elite team, Bill? When was that clear to you?
Crystal clear. Yeah, there was not a lot of.
This team is ridiculous.
Like this, and then obviously then the Heisman Trophy winner showed up. That helped.
Yeah,
and Joe got there.
Joe Burrow. I heard helpful too.
Joe, Mickey Joseph was on these airwaves yesterday
with Rashawn Jackson.
Yeah, and he praised you for getting Joe Burrow there. We've done enough of that though. But yeah, they had bigs too. You had to have bigs, right?
That was me and Mickey walking around, kind of like that. Dude, you have, well, I got Stingley's over here, and I got Grant Delpit's playing for me at safety. Won the Thorpe. Mickey, who do you got? Well, I've got Jefferson, Chase, Marshall. I told you, Trey Palmer couldn't get on the field.
He was Trey Palmer couldn't get on the field.
That's amazing.
That tells you right there.
He couldn't get on the field.
Couldn't get on the field.
Didn't you say one time that you wanted Trey Palmer maybe to play DB?
Really bad. I wanted to play in the national championship game. I wanted him to play some DB because we could match up so well with them. And just, hey, listen, just a couple calls on third down.
Hey, wait a second. Trey Palmer could play DB.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Because again, Trey Palmer was one of those. I don't know what he was. 10-2, 10-1, 100 meters. I mean, and with length, and he had length.
He had some length.
And so I was very excited about having him. But those guys would work so hard. But to have them all on the same team, I'm just telling you right now, we were really good on defense. And 7-on-7 was a nightmare. It would be like if they're 28 passes, they'd be like 25 for 28. I mean, it was like
that would get annoying.
It was because there's no passers, and it's Joe Burrow back there.
Yeah, Joe Burrow throwing to Jefferson and Chase and Terrence Marshall, and Trey Palmer.
I mean,
that's embarrassing.
I remember Randall looking at me like I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, Corey Raymond was there. We had Stingley, Kerry Vincent. Like that. We had I'm trying to think on the other side. Our corner on the other side. I'm drawing a blank. He was NFL, still in the NFL. And so Delpit's with the Browns. So the guys we jogged out there were NFL guys too. Yeah. And the linebackers like that, Patrick Queen, first round draft pick.
Well,
and so there was a lot
who
of
was
guys
up front?
But that
Who'd you have up front?
Chase on was Caleb Vaughn was a first-round draft pick. He went to the Jaguars. So we had dudes there too. But like I said, it was a lot of fun to be around them. And it's fun to be around because you know what? They just worked. And they worked and they worked.
That was about as good as it could get. And you probably, at the time, you don't really think of it that way, right?
I would yell at Mickey at practice so hard because he would cheat sometimes. And Mickey will tell you that because we'd go fast. And sometimes they would run a big play or make a big play and then down the field. Or if they caught a ball and you tagged it off, they would sprint it out. Well, the ball was getting set for the next play. Then Mickey would just let his guys jog off and put new guys in.
And you guys would have to,
we have to come back on defense. And so all of a sudden they're getting lined up and the head coach is mad. Why are we not lined up? So I'm yelling at Mickey, you can't do that. And he's laughing at me because he didn't get caught right away. So
it's just a reminder again. So the 2020 draft, 14 LSU players drafted, 5 in the first round. Joe Burrow,
5.
Chase Calavon, is that how you say it? Calavon Chasen, Justin Jefferson, Patrick Queen, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, all first round picks. And then in the 3 years that follow, 21, 22, 23, they had 18 more players drafted to the NFL from that team.
5 first.
So 32 players drafted
from that team
in 2019. Yeah. Come on.
Going to practice was ridiculous.
Come on.
What I was wondering is, did it ever occur to you might not coach a team that good again?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. My exact words.
This is the pinnacle.
Exact words when I left the hotel, I was talking to my wife. The last thing out the door, I said, "This is it for me." I go, if I don't win it here, I'm never going to have anything like this. Yeah. This will never happen again because it's potentially, it's always arguably like that, but the greatest team of all time
could be.
And so people have arguments like that, and I'm fine with the arguments. But I was like going modern time football. To have that was like, and then also you're playing the game in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
40
miles, 45 miles away. Imagine the national championship in Nebraska play. Where's it at? It's in Omaha.
I mean, how much better was that team than Ohio State of this year? I'd say quite a bit better.
Well,
quite a bit better.
Well, you just start the quarterback.
Start with the quarterback.
Start the quarterback, and you'd say quite a bit.
And then go to receiver. You had three Jeremiah Smiths. You had 3 Jeremiah Smiths basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Helaire was a first-round draft pick. Yeah. We didn't have a great NFL career so far, but still, really first-round pick.
Probably weren't as good at running back though.
Helaire was a first-round.
He's first-round pick, but those two as a pair, probably.
Henderson and
Helaire was good. I remember him very well.
Oh, he was
powerful.
He was fabulous as a player. Absolutely fabulous.
So, congrats again to Jamar Chase and Derek Stingley, 2 members of the 2019 LSU team. Big contract extensions with the Bengals and the Texans in the last 2 days. It is time to play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5685. A chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Today begins the play-in round of the tournament. Some call it the first 4. I call it the play-in round. And today we're doing NCAA tournament nicknames. I will give you a school. You tell me what is their
Do you think they'll get any NCAA gear for being in this?
We'll see. I bet
they do.
But
they get a T-shirt.
We'll check and see.
Good point.
We'll check and see.
I'm just telling you right now.
What do you think, Jake?
I know there's been a miracle one time where 16 beat 1. They beat that happened. If I'm a 16, I want to play in this game. Instead of being like, "Hey, who are you going to play?" "Oh, we got Houston." "Oh no, I'd rather play it. I'd rather play another 16 to see if we can get into to win a game."
In your bracket, if you just pick. Just circle the this or that team to advance. You don't pick a Texas beating Xavier. It's all about when you do your bracket, which is due Thursday morning. They don't care about the individual winner of the game. You don't have to pick the right winner tonight of the game to pick them in the bracket.
Oh,
the playing game. You pick your circling.
What are you saying, Jake?
Playing game. The tournament starts Thursday.
Patience.
You think
the tournament starts tonight?
Yes.
We'll be watching. If you know your NCAA tournament nicknames, call us at 464-5685. Shut Up Simple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
It appears that people are scared of you guys today. We have a line open.
Is that true, Ellie?
It sounds like they're scared. 402-464-5685. Call the Nick Down Sip and Bill in trivia. You're playing for a business box of bagels, 12 bagels, 2 tubs of cream cheese. If you lose, you still win a bagel and a coffee, so you can't lose. You get less bagels if you lose today.
Ellie has a hoodie up, or hoodies up.
But you know what? The light has stayed on the last 2 days.
Yeah.
There's not been a moment where it clicked off. So
TR?
I think it's Jay.
Jay?
we got, okay. JR, how do you feel about NCAA tournament nicknames today?
We'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
That's kind of what we are, too.
So we feel the same way. Feel the same way. Jake will make it very easy for you and difficult for us.
These are all teams assuredly already in the field of 64 that are not playing in the first 2 days. This is for you, JR. First question. What is the nickname for 12 seed McNeese? Coached by Will Wade.
Oh, gosh.
They have been McNeese State. They've been shortened to McNeese recently.
Okay.
5 seconds.
Oh, I'm very upset.
I can't think of it. I'll know when you say it, though.
Yeah.
Let's go with Tigers.
Tigers.
Generic.
Good job. Way to throw one out.
Yeah.
I say we pass.
I'm passing.
Passing
I'll be mad at
will
myself.
be the Cowboys.
You know what? I'm not mad at myself.
McNeese, they have been to Nebraska. Amir Abdullah had a miracle to beat them in 2014.
Were they the Cowboys at that point?
Yes, they were.
Yeah. Hey, you weren't around. Amir broke about 7 tackles
To beat McNeese.
They were going to lose the game. I mean, Nebraska was going to lose
to
that
start
game.
the season versus McNeese.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Is that the one where on the back of their jersey they had McNeese and someone and the quote was something? My nephew said, "This McNeese guy is everywhere."
That's probably what it was that game. Yes, he's
my
everywhere.
nephew sent that to me.
All right,
Funny.
0-0 tie. That's it. First question. Bills in play. What is the nickname for 13 seed Grand Canyon?
Oh, I just saw this the other day.
13 seed Grand Canyon.
I have a guess if you need.
Oh, God.
They're playing Maryland, I believe, right? Maryland the first round.
Check it out. You got the bracket
you know
right
what?
in front of you.
So mad that
Yes,
way.
no, yes, they are playing Maryland in the first round. 5 seconds on
You
Grand
gotta make a
Canyon's
guess. You don't
nickname.
know it. Coyotes.
Is it the Coyotes?
This is what I think it is, Steve.
JR, do you want that one or not?
Nope, I'm going to pass.
What did Bill write down?
Roadrunners?
No, it'd be the Antelopes.
Okay.
Coyotes, antelopes, roadrunners. It's the antelopes.
The Antelopes.
We're all in the kind of the same genre.
JR, to take the lead, your last question, 0-0
Wile E.
tie.
Coyote.
What is the nickname, JR, for 11 seed Drake out of Des Moines, Iowa?
You have to know this, Steve.
Jake.
That's an easy one.
Nice
And
for
even I know
JR.
that one.
I've been there. Been to the
How much time are you giving him?
5 seconds. 5.
I don't have a guess. Or don't know. The Drake relays. I don't know.
That's an awesome one.
Right now, you lead in best guess. I'll take the relays.
Yeah, I think I know this is the Bulldog.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Bulldogs.
The
is
Drake
correct.
relays.
That's incredible. I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
Let's go relays.
Let's go relays.
Their logo could be 2 people handing a baton to each other.
That was so good. They need to change it to
This
that.
is for the win. Now, Bill is in play here.
All right, we should get this. Let's hammer this home.
Okay.
What is the nickname for 15 seed Wofford? Use Bill.
I have no earthly idea on that, Bill.
They've been in the tournament several times.
Wofford.
The Colonials.
That's fine.
Never a bad guess. Not correct. JR, you got to go for this.
Never a bad guess.
Never a bad guess. Thank you. Patience.
JR, you need this
that was
one.
going to be my guess.
You said you guys Colonials also.
Well,
Of all the names.
Wofford.
Let's go with the Pirates.
That would be the Wofford Terriers.
Really hard. Really hard.
So, JR, we'll get you a bagel to coffee. Thanks for calling
JR,
in and calling down the road.
forever, the Drake relays
Drake
will
relays.
be in my head. 20 years from now,
It's a good one.
we'll still be doing the show.
The Drake relays.
Oh, winner.
speaking of Drake, this is for the tiebreaker. You've won the game, so congrats on the week.
1-1.
You lost yesterday. All right, Bill. This is Drake's 8th NCAA tournament appearance in program history. How many NCAA tournament games have they won? 8 appearances. How many times?
2.
Ooh, he didn't get that on the nose?
No.
You sure? Double check.
That's what I thought. So it must be one more, 3.
How about 6?
God.
They
won 6. The relays have won 6.
They won 3 in 1969. They won 1 in 1970, 1 in 1971, and 1 in 2021. 6 wins.
2021, so recently.
Yes.
Right. That's great.
The Drake Bulldogs.
Drake.
Why does that upset you,
11th
Steve?
seed.
Well, 53 years. 50. That's why.
And they will likely have a different coach next year where Ben McCollum will either be at Iowa, Indiana, or somewhere else.
Yeah, I can't believe he'd be there next year at Drake.
It would be stunning if he was there.
He won
He's a
32
hot
games.
item everywhere, hot name.
I tell you what he did. He brought a bunch of Division II players.
He did.
You notice like that, again, one of the things that always carries over is Indiana brought a coach from where? NBA. Can't bring any players in the NBA with you. When you can travel some players with you,
it helps.
Makes a big difference. When you're new to a staff and you can bring some players with you, that's a big deal.
Yeah, McCollum.
Ben McCollum.
Was it Northwest Missouri State?
Yes.
And he brought that. Now they have the player of the year in the MVC in the Missouri Valley. He brought him with him from Northwest Missouri State, but he brought more than one guy.
I think he brought 5.
Yeah.
It's gone pretty well for Drake.
Now, I don't know if he could bring
How
guys.
many national championships? Was it 2 or 3 at Northwest Missouri State he won? He won.
A lot.
And don't forget,
Multiple.
And DeVries took the best player's son from Drake to West Virginia. So they had to replace that, Tucker DeVries.
Drake.
And they've still been excellent.
Ben McCollum.
Drake, the 11th seed. Don't spill your coffee. Hour 3 is next. An early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those magical 2 days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday and get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
It takes hard work to make Nebraska the right place to raise a family, build a business, or grow a community. We're counting on working parents to make it happen, and they're counting on childcare professionals to have their backs. Employers and other contributors can earn up to a $100,000 tax credit for strengthening childcare in our communities and state. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late.
It's time for Early Break, presented by Nebco. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I like Stone.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
And here comes a sandwich from God.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
Hey, somebody grab me a mocha quick, would you?
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 3 on a Tuesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 3 is sponsored by our friends at Nebco, now hiring at Ready Mix Concrete. Check out their job
openings
openings
right now.
NebcoInc.com, NebcoInc.com.
Incredible benefits.
Great benefits. Good pay, good benefits, good people, good company. Nebco.
Staple of Lincoln.
I love seeing when they're in they come to the mill here quite often.
They do.
And
Yes.
hang out. Yes. Just for their meetings. They hold some of their
Do they?
staff
Yeah,
meetings.
Ready Mix Concrete. At least twice a week they sit on that front table.
Yes.
Really, you've engaged with them.
Absolutely.
They brought us hats once. You have your hat still?
I've got
sure
mine.
I got one.
Thank you to Phil Ruhlman.
Yes, gift card. Yeah, thanks for helping be a sponsor.
you.
Also gave us a gift card today, so thanks to Phil. And John, don't forget John Benton.
John Benton with his face on spice.
On the spices.
But the boss is Phil.
It's Phil.
He's the man. He's the man. Yeah, get the name on it.
Get the cookie dessert. It'll change your life.
I wanted to bring this up. I forgot this. Bill in his Bugaboo Tuesday was upset about not stopping to ask people questions anymore. It's all about you get GPS in your phones.
Ask people directions.
Directions.
Not questions.
Yeah, questions. Excuse me. Who was the 14th president?
I'm doing a bathroom remake. I got a couple questions. Directions, Jake.
Directions,
We
not questions.
well, yes.
Things have
Questions.
taken.
We had it.
Hey, my daughter's going into 6th grade. Anything I should know?
Is there a good wedding venue around here?
All right.
We had a texter say that they had an aunt and uncle driving to Nebraska from St. Louis once, and they got confused at Kansas City, and the next thing they saw was a "Welcome to Oklahoma" sign.
Yeah,
got out.
No, it can happen.
I told you I made that turn in Norfolk once and trying to get back to Columbus.
Where'd you end up at?
Saw the 4 miles from South Dakota sign. I was freaked out.
Freaked out. It'll get you.
Yeah, freaked out. I felt like I was going south, but I was going north.
We lost my parents once at a wedding, which wasn't that long ago, but they were heading back from Kennesaw back to Hastings, and they got off track. Finally, they finally call. I'm not sure they got. Thank goodness for Sydney, our oldest daughter. She had my mom on Find My Phone.
Oh,
so
that's helpful.
And so instead of giving directions, we told them just to pull over. And me and Sid drove and found him.
Pull over.
Let's pull over. Just pull over. And then
don't try to do this.
We finally pull over and we get to him. We're like, all right, follow us. My dad goes, I think I got it now. I'm good. I'm like, hang on here.
It's a dude.
I got it.
I know this road.
I think I got it now. And we're fine.
We're good here.
So we got him back though.
Bronzo.
But Sydney was incredible how she had to track it and know where we were going.
Oh, yeah.
We found him. We tracked him.
God, I
down.
wouldn't want anybody. Yeah. I don't want
You guys,
people
some
tracking
questions.
my phone.
Some questions.
All right, what do you got here?
Is that
Jake?
gluten free?
Don't go there.
Well, we've already gone to CBS Sports. We're going back to CBS Sports because they're the
Going
key
back to the well.
office. Yeah, they're well. You won't be surprised. They listed 5 true contenders in the Big Ten for this year's college football playoff. You won't be surprised by
not
likes
at
of
all.
Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, and maybe to a certain extent Michigan makes their list here. But
a little surprising to me.
The 5th team is a team that we know has some hype around them. They had a good 10-win season, but you don't think about them usually as a playoff team, and that is Illinois. The CBS Sports believes that Illinois could be a true contender for this year's college football playoff. They didn't put Indiana this year. They put Illinois in that role instead of Indiana.
Well, they're old, and they won.
They won 10 games.
Think how casually you just said that, Jake. They had a 10-win season. Illinois has had a 10-win season.
It was
Altmaier's back.
The quarterback.
Yeah, Luke.
They got one of their offensive guards back that had that extra year of eligibility because of the junior college situation. So that came up.
Why do you? I guess the reason I'm just going to try to read your mind. The reason you're surprised is because they just don't. Illinois doesn't rise to the level of those teams that we just sort of shrug our shoulders and say, yeah, they have a great chance. Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, Michigan. It's the same thing over and over. Right?
When NIL came into play,
it's a logo situation.
When NIL came into play, we thought that schools like Indiana and Illinois, who have been downtrodden and bottom of the barrel in the Big Ten, would continue to go away. And say this would hurt them more. They don't have money coming in, and now we have Indiana last year's a playoff team.
Right.
In Illinois,
Good point.
Hey, we're not going away. We won 10 games. We got Brett Bielema. We got a good offense, decent defense, and we think we can be a playoff team this upcoming season.
I wonder what that NIL at Illinois looks like. I don't know. It's hard to know because there's no official numbers. You don't know.
You don't know. But would you not? I'd be shocked if it was remotely close to Nebraska. I would be shocked.
We'd all be stunned.
And it might be. Don't know. I would be shocked.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah. That. Just remember, it's still a place that it takes a miracle to sell it out. It takes a miracle to fill the place up. It just doesn't have the fan base. Very cool stadium. I do like it. It's a very nice place.
As this article points, as they point out here,
not bad.
Luke Altmaier, you mentioned, is the besides Drew Aller, those are the only 2 3-year starters right now in the Big Ten Conference. That's it.
Old quarterbacks matter. Been around.
He was good. He doesn't make mistakes.
I tell you what, it matters, and that is they're built up front too.
Well, it's Bielema. They're going to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, as I've said repeatedly, and I mean it more than I've ever meant it in my working life, coaching matters, and Bielema matters. His teams have a certain way about them, and one of that certain ways about them, and one of them is they're going to be tough up front. So,
now,
what will Bielema ever have a team that's not tough up front?
No,
probably not.
That'll be his strain. That'll always be his strain to get that
tough.
What he'll want,
big and tough.
is, if I'm correct, they beat South Carolina.
Yes, in the bowl game.
They did.
And South Carolina was a cusp playoff team.
Absolutely,
they were
were
right there. They were one of the 9-3 teams. Like, who should get in? Should it be them? They were right there to be one of the teams to be in.
That tells you a lot about Illinois, that they beat South Carolina.
It does.
It does. They wouldn't beat a good SEC team. God dang, I'll tell you what. I remember when it doesn't. It kind of applies to this conversation. There are moments that you think, God, you haven't. You don't have it all figured out. When Frost took that, I think you were on the staff when he took the team to Illinois on that day. Was it 2021?
Week 0 game, right?
Week 0 game.
Very, very hot game.
Yeah, I wasn't coaching.
Okay, you weren't here.
I was here, but I wasn't coaching.
Here's what I'm getting at. Illinois, that was Bielema. But
His first game.
This is his first game.
So
it wasn't really his roster. But I was down on the field watching warm-ups with Chris Basnet. Nebraska was favored. Probably
by 7.5.
Yeah, they're favored. Most people just thought, Nebraska's going to win. We were watching warm-ups. I said, I don't like this. Illinois, they have players. Lovey left Bielema with players.
Well, that team,
they weren't bad.
I'm almost 100% correct. But I could be off on some. There was a time when Lovey just played all true freshmen.
No, that's for 100. He did.
And that team that Brett inherited was that
guys.
team.
Old
that
guys.
team. Old guys.
They got
old.
old.
Bunch of old guys.
God, warm-ups though, Jake, I was like, there's no difference between Nebraska and Illinois in terms of size and athleticism. In fact, I thought Illinois had the advantage. I thought they looked bigger and stronger than Nebraska. It's a problem. I mean, you realize you're in the Big Ten. I mean, it was a moment I was like, oh, this league is a bear. Because Illinois wasn't highly regarded.
No, they weren't. Think about that game too. It showed the importance of a quality backup quarterback. Peters got hurt early, and Sitkowski comes in, who was not very good at wasn't great at Rutgers, and he had
11 in a row.
I think he was 13 of 14 in the game, something like that. He had one incomplete pass.
Yeah,
and he came in for injured quarterback and just tears up Nebraska.
Was this year? Because since you guys were there, was this one? Was that would have been a shocking loss to you?
Which one?
When Illinois came here this year and beat Nebraska in overtime.
Was it?
That was
a little
surprising. It was a surprising loss.
Friday night game, right?
Yeah, you have to put it in the context of, I thought at the start of the game, I thought Nebraska would be in good shape. And Illinois just kind of kept whittling away at them, And then, it wasn't shocking, but the way the game started, I thought Nebraska would be okay.
That game, that was Nebraska's defense had been awesome the first 3 games against UTEP, Colorado. Again, it was 28-zip at halftime. We had pick 6 for Tommy Hill. It was awesome against Northern Iowa. They allowed 3 points. And Illinois is just going up and down the field. They cannot stop them at all. Altmaier was tearing it up. The running backs were tearing it. They could not.
They found something.
Nebraska was moving the ball.
Right.
They're moving the ball and scoring points, but they could not stop Illinois offensively at all. And we had not seen that yet.
Yeah.
That past season. So that was surprising.
So you hesitate a little bit on Michigan, Bill, being part of this?
Well, yeah, I do. I mean, I understand, but Underwood, true freshman. And
quarterback.
And then they also lose, defensive line, they're losing the top 5 draft pick.
Mason Graham.
Mason Graham.
And so do I think they're pretty good? Yeah, we'll see what they look like when they come they come to Nebraska.
Hey, Mason Graham, Kuiper has him as the 5th overall. Is Mason Graham in like the Sioux category? Is he that good? Kuiper has him as 5th overall. That kind of puts him in the. He's not. I'm just going to answer the question. He's not nearly as good as.
I'm going to say no. Was he involved in the Heisman conversation?
Yeah, he's not near decorated for sure.
Dominic Sue went to the Heisman
ceremony. I've seen
Graham
play. I bet I've seen Graham play 7 games. He's not like Sue, but 5 overall according to Kuiper. He's good. He's really good.
It's still the same in the NFL. You saw it in the Super Bowl. Mass still kicks ass. It still matters. Still matters. That up front. It still matters.
Those are the dudes. God dang.
So tough to replace that. But I think again, why this frustrates Nebraska fans is that you thought with the expanded playoff, you've got 5 teams in there. 4, you're not surprised, but Michigan, again, we can push back on that. But Indiana last year, Illinois that's hard for a Nebraska fan to stomach, saying we should be that team. Why are those teams ones making the playoff? We have more money. We have more. Fans are more rabid here. They show up to games. That doesn't always matter, but it's the fact that we expect more than what those programs expect. and yet they're the ones that are doing it.
No, it's getting to the point now where we have these conversations, and Bill points it out, and he's right, and I'll point it out. They have everything they need, Nebraska. Now you got to start seeing it. I mean, they have everything they need. There's nothing that they're lacking. Am I wrong?
No. Okay, so when you go with tradition, fan base,
money,
probably the best facilities, top 2 or 3 in the country, because they got that push through before NIL came into place, and then they have 1890 and they have plenty of
full
money.
rev share,
and they can spend it all. They can spend all 20.5 on athletes,
all the staff that they need,
everything. They're not short anywhere.
There's no short. So
that's
now
one of the pluses.
So Jake, now it is, but now you want to see it. They're not lacking for anything.
I think the story's more interesting, even ahead of Nebraska, is USC.
Yeah,
just the fact they went and got with the
Lincoln Riley.
They're USC. Have had great tradition. They're in and there's players within a 50-mile radius that can win national championships.
Within probably a 10-mile radius.
Could be 10. If I go 10,
if
I go 10-mile radius. So that's a way harder situation than Nebraska has, with the number of players that are local.
What do you mean way harder?
Nebraska doesn't. I mean,
no, that's the drawback.
We talked about next year. What there's like a couple of players they're looking at, right?
No, I know, but here's the thing, Bill. Isn't that mitigated now by that? They're not even trying to recruit locally anymore. Nebraska.
But what happened was people were leaving. People were leaving California, especially LA, in droves to try to go play in the national championship games. They were headed where? To the SEC. That's where they were going. Now, with the expanded playoff of 12, going to probably next year to 14 to 16, you have access. You have access. The Big Ten. What do we put in? 4? 3? 4? We have 4 teams.
Jake,
in the,
help.
4 teams.
Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, and Indiana. Yes,
4 teams.
4 teams in the playoffs. So if you're USC, you have to feel pretty good about, we have access to the playoffs, have a chance for a championship.
So they should keep players.
And so they should keep players. And so
they keep players.
And right now, if you asked anyone what would be the most shocking, it would be USC, not in the conversation. That's the most shocking.
It is.
Oregon is came in the first year and ruled the league. First year.
This is where Bill's expertise comes in handy. Okay, USC, all that talent out there, but isn't it primarily skill talent? Are there bigs in
There's
that?
enough there, but it's hard. It's hard, but there's enough.
Like when I think about California recruiting, I think more about wideouts and running backs, corners.
There's skill. There's enough there.
There's skill, but is there enough bigs?
I mean bigs. I mean, there's enough bigs. Okay. But is it harder? Yes. It is harder.
Now, here's the thing. Why? What you're getting at, Jake, is Illinois and Indiana have the same sort of challenge that Nebraska has,
if not more of a challenge.
Yeah, not more of a challenge because they don't have the brand.
Oh, way more of a challenge.
Yeah,
way more of a challenge.
Here they are.
I think even
in the playoff, any conversation.
You went back and you'd say because of the locale of the recruits for USC, but the other part of it. They don't have. I don't know how great their NIL is. I know their facilities aren't close to Nebraska.
USC.
Yeah, USC. Their facilities are not even close, nor is their fan base even close. Go
Not
to
really.
a game.
I
You were
did.
out there.
Yeah.
It
was
a
not
decent
great.
crowd, but it wasn't great. No.
It was.
It's not a great setting anyway. The one end zone is 50 yards away from the field.
Now hold on. Let's address this. It's certainly not a great pregame setting. Once the game is in the mid first quarter, it's pretty good.
Pretty cool. What's sunny? You had a great day out there, right?
It was
beautiful.
gorgeous.
It was beautiful.
But it's not like you said. It's not collegey.
It's not very collegiate at all.
You want to get to the Coliseum. It's
not,
not like we're going to get there. We're going to tailgate
party.
No,
it's not collegiate. It's not collegiate. But now the reason I'm kind of pushing back a little bit is I thought the scene was really cool.
Yeah, once it got going, I agree with that.
I thought it was cool.
It was SC. You have the whole thing. You got the Trojan.
Yeah,
they have the whole setup of that.
Playing Dre.
Yeah. But it's just like you said. But it's
Busta Rhymes.
It's not craziness.
Snoop.
It's not crazy. It's not a fan base.
No, it's not.
It's craziness.
No, it's not.
You have to be just rolling like they were back when they had all the and Pete Carroll was perfect. He let them all on the sideline. Had all the stars on the sideline. They were all standing around watching him play.
But see, Bill, so we're going back and forth.
They're
a little
picked
bit.
10th.
We're
They'll
going
pick
back
10th
and forth
in
a
the
little
league.
bit, but man, the setting. Was Nebraska there in November?
That was November, mid-November.
It was mid-November. It was 70 degrees and sunny. And I just thought, why would you go anywhere else? Like, why? This is beautiful. It's still USC. It's still that logo. It's still those uniforms. He's got to get that going. Now there's some pressure on.
Yeah, but aren't they right now preseason 10th?
In the Athlon Sports, we saw Nebraska was at 7 and USC was at 10th in their projections for the upcoming year.
I mean, that's mind-numbing.
10th of 18.
I mean, that's mind-numbing to think they're 10th.
Yeah,
Lincoln Riley went out there for one reason, because I'm winning a national championship out there.
Or he went out there because he knew they were going in the SEC and he didn't want any of that.
Yeah.
He didn't want any of that. Yeah. He didn't want it. He knew. He knew what was going on.
When we come back, the tournament begins tonight, I suppose, in the first 4. Do you root for chalk or do you root for madness? We know what Sip roots for.
Yep.
Does Bill agree
100.
with Sip or not? Does Sip have an early break on the ticket?
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Presented by NEPCO on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com, because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Koppel also has over 10,500 off list on new select models. So please stop on by and see what confident driving and confident buying is all about. We're right down 144th Street or online at koppelcars.com. All deals with the roof credit, 0% is standalone.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. An afternoon high around 80. Tonight, showers and storms turning to rain and snow. It'll be windy with a low around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see snow and blizzard conditions likely. An afternoon high of just 39. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break
Simple, you are an idiot.
on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bill had to depart. He will be back tomorrow. Thanks for putting up with us today. 402-464-5685. Before we get to this bracket conversation, two things to plug. Reminder, if you were cool like we are and we have these halo lights in your house, you could have had St. Patrick's themed lights going on yesterday, Sip. I did. Had the green and yellow and
Did
white.
you?
Yeah, and also if you have a team that's in March Madness, you could have their team colors
Oh, yeah.
on your house. HaloCustomLighting.com. Check it out today. It is a wonderful addition to your house and makes you a star of your neighborhood.
That'd be kind of cool.
HaloCustomLights.com. And also, speaking of the bracket, we have our bracket out there. If you go to the 93.7 The Ticket Twitter page or X page, I just pinned it at the top of the page. You want to sign up and be part of our bracket, put in your picks. Great prizes. We've got Wings and Rings gift cards. We got some jerseys involved here. Sit for top prizes for that. Please go. It's free. Sign up by Thursday morning before the first game. And then also stop by Buffalo Wings and Rings this Thursday and Friday at 68th and O for our wonderful March Mayhem. 2 days of basketball. Prizes throughout the day and great beer and food as well. And great entertainment. So thanks.
What would you put? You got halo lights. What would you do for Maryland? Would you put red and yellow?
That's a great question because they have all sorts of different I'd go red, yellow, and black.
Yep,
I think
I would too. That's
maybe
what you
some
do.
white in there.
Nope, just red, yellow,
red,
black.
yellow, black.
Yeah,
that's probably a good one to do.
There would be some challenging ones. Then there'd be ones that are really obvious. Okay, I've taken this in a strange direction. How about UCLA? It'd be really cool.
Oh, it's blue and white, baby blue.
Can you get baby blue?
Yes, and baby blue, white, and is it yellow or gold? Yellow, right? They got a little yellow.
I think it's old gold.
Gold. Okay, so white, baby blue, and gold. Go with that. You want Kansas?
Just blue
and red,
blue and
white,
red,
blue, red, like America, USA colors.
Yeah,
very simple.
Yeah. Hey, ask your question.
HaloCustomLighting.com. Okay. 464-5685. Call or text as always. We've had this conversation for years on the show, and we're going to bring it up again because the bracket's getting going.
Because I love it.
I asked the listeners, do you root for chaos in the NCAA tournament like me, or chalk like Sip? Because he likes blue bloods. They go far. 464-5685. I think that Bill is in the middle. I think he was telling us before he left that he likes the chaos early, but I think wants the traditional teams to go far like you do.
Yeah, I'm not nearly as raptured by the chaos as you are. I kind of roll my eyes.
What do they call this?
March Madness.
It's March Madness, not March Chalk. Okay.
There's going to be some inherent madness which I kind of welcome, but I don't want it. There's just some of it's kind of annoying. Like what would be an example? Like I don't want to see Norfolk State beat Florida because Florida could win it all. You
didn't like it when Fairleigh Dickinson beat Purdue a couple years ago, and when UMBC beat Virginia by 20, by 20 is a 16 seed.
It's just kind of annoying because it kind of takes over all of the conversation.
That's why it's called March Madness, sir.
I like blue bloods. You know that. I like blue bloods in every sport. Blue bloods to me represent stability. Blue bloods to me represent the world is fine. Blue bloods represent strength. They're a brand because they've been good over time. They do it right. I want those teams to advance.
I think even more strongly about this than ever before. I root for chaos now to prove this narrative that NIL does not have to be a big factor in your success. Like if 15 seed Bryant were to beat Michigan State at 2 seed, I don't know Michigan State's NIL, but I know it's a lot more than Bryant. We thought when NIL came out that it would kill the small teams. It would make it would help Nebraska out. It would hurt. It would help the Power 5 teams out and kill the other teams and maybe affect the dance. So if we still see 14, 15, 16 seeds win and prove that, hey, we don't have nearly the money and NIL for the rosters as you guys do, we can still win a game. That proves that college sports are not fully dead then, to me.
Yeah, the NIL discussion.
Yeah, don't forget the NIL discussion here. Big part of this. It is.
No, I know you,
Mr. Chalk.
No, I see what you're saying. I see where you're going with that. And I don't disagree with you. I hate when we just use NIL as a crutch, like the Nebraska, this perception that Nebraska's NIL isn't up to snuff and therefore you can't win. It's just another of the big game of mental gymnastics we play with Nebraska basketball, where there's this litany of excuses, just excuse after excuse after excuse. And that's one popular one right now.
The memorable tournaments of the past are when teams like George Mason went to the Final Four as an 11 seed, and VCU made the run to it as an 11 seed to the Final Four.
Oh,
not the year I was like, hey, remember that year was all 4 1 seeds? Oh wow, whoop-de-doo.
Okay,
big deal.
As long as we're having this conversation, if
it's supposed to be like that,
if a team like VCU trots out a representable, big, athletic, good-looking team, I'm fine with it. I just don't like those little teams that come in and get lucky. Plucky. I'm not big on plucky. I'm just not.
What does plucky mean?
Oh, they tried out a team with a 6'5" center and a 6'4" power
it's about
forward.
the height here, the size.
Well, just like the NCAA tournament to me shouldn't be about plucky teams. This is the dude time. This is the big team time. Come on.
What's wrong with you?
That's what it's about
hey,
now.
I'm Team Goliath. Screw David. I'm going for the big man.
Kind of that
Bring
way.
that stone to me, you peasant.
I like seeing these teams too, like UCLA getting back with. I have a lot of respect for Cronin. UCLA is such a strong brand. It's an iconic brand. I want them to be strong. Thank you, Mick Cronin. Thank you, Tommy Lloyd at Arizona. Thank you, strong brand. 4 seed.
I'm just going to guess, Sip, that I don't know everyone's roster. I don't think you see any 6'5" centers in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, I've seen them in it. I've seen them.
What, 1975?
Well, no, when they have those, those little plucky teams that come out and,
I bet most centers are at least 6'8"
I've
on
seen
a team.
Some 6'6".
6'5".
Yeah, no, Lipscomb. I don't want to see Lipscomb doing anything in this tournament.
Just stay where you are, Lipscomb. Be happy where you're at. Don't even look at my tournament, you bums.
Yeah,
Go win your
God
conference
bless you,
title,
Omaha, but-
celebrate, and you go home.
Yeah, I don't
just
want
watch it on TV, you jerks.
I don't want nothing of Akron beating Arizona. No. I like Gonzaga. Because Gonzaga feels right. They've made 26 straight NCAA tournaments. It just feels like an NCAA tournament when Gonzaga's on, right?
They're not really on though. Aren't they an 8? They're an 8 seed.
Yeah,
So this is a strange seed for Gonzaga.
But Mark Few on the screen is what
you probably like Louisville going from the depths of hell last year now an 8 seed with Pat Kelsey in his first year there.
100. Kelsey, they won 8 games last year. Now Louisville's in the tournament as a 9?
They're an 8 seed.
8 seed.
They're playing Creighton in the first round.
Right. I like Creighton. Oh, I said it.
See, you're just trying to. This whole segment is just trying to agitate me. I hate the little guys.
Creighton,
go Creighton over Louisville.
Creighton makes the NCAA tournament now every year. How many straight is it now?
I don't know.
It's 5 or 6.
Too many times. Husker P on text line says nobody is as invested if it's just boring blue bloods all the time. March is exciting because the little guy gets a win every now and then. Old fuddy-duddy Sip.
I'm okay with every now and then. It's
called you
fine.
fuddy-duddy.
I am
fuddy-duddy.
Every now and then, but even when it's every now and then and you're basking in it, mainly it's an eye roll with me. Like, oh God.
Here we go again.
High Point.
That crazy tournament.
High Point beat Purdue.
That might happen. Oh, by the way, circle that one.
Grand Canyon has a chance.
Yeah, they're going to be, Maryland, it's a tough game for them. But if Maryland loses, think about my prediction from back in February. 1 and done. No bench.
Oh.
I told you guys in that game against Illinois, which they still won by 20 points, they had 83 points with 10 minutes to go in the game, and they ended with 88 points because they went to the bench. The bench scored 5 points the final 10 minutes of the game. 5.
I know.
5 points.
No, it's a concern.
In 10 minutes.
It's a valid concern you have about Maryland.
If they get in foul trouble, they're in trouble.
Right.
Big trouble.
Yeah.
They don't have a bench at all.
No, it's valid. It's why it's kind of shaky. I really like them.
The Crab 5.
The Crab 5, and I love Derek Queen. If I had to pick a favorite player in the Big Ten, it'd be Derek Queen. I want to see them go deep. I share that kind of concern with you that their depth is an issue.
I just right now I'm envisioning a run from 12 seed UC San Diego.
Oh God!
And just think about Sweet 16 and seeing them and seeing Grand Canyon in the Sweet 16 and look at High Point making a run, beating Purdue and Clemson or McNeese beating Clemson possibly. And just seeing you in the Sweet 16 saying, "Oh, these high teams." 12 seed. Ooh.
Oh, the
what
cute
a great
little
tournament.
stories.
Yeah, it is a great turn. It's a great story.
I'm just not big on cute little stories when it, at the
smash
apex
the
of the season. I want to see the blue bloods.
If you're blue blood, then act like it and beat the little guy.
I know there's
your
going
own
to be
fault
that.
you don't do that.
Hey, it'll happen. There's going to be some of that.
Spillover's next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Presented by NIPCO on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Hey farmers, do you run a precision planting monitor in your planter tractor? Boyk Farm Outfitters is hosting our annual 2020 Monitor Clinic at the Holthus Center in York on Wednesday, March 19th. They'll run through everything on the monitor, from basic setup to more complex downforce settings and everything in between. You'll learn agronomy principles behind some of the monitor settings and will leave refreshed and ready to plant. Representatives from Precision Planting will be on hand to handle any questions that you can throw at them. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends. Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those magical 2 days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday and get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith. Innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover, sponsored by our friends at Raising Cane's Chicken Finger. One Love. Hope you had some leprechaun lemonade the last couple of days. It is gone now. You cannot get that because St. Patty's Day is over, Sim. I always put the hat on today to make it St. Patty's Day, the 2nd, but I did not.
Leprechaun lemonade is gone.
It's gone. It was there for, I think, 3 or 4 days, but it is no longer there. Now just regular colored lemonade.
It's really good.
But still very tasty. Go get that at Raising Cane's. Any location in Lincoln, across Nebraska, or across the country. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, One Love. Today, let's get the official games. We have 2 games tonight in the first 2 of the first 4 games.
Here we go, Jake.
Here we go. NCAA tournament play-in round. At 5:40 p.m. tonight, so you can watch on True TV if you can find that. St. Francis, Pennsylvania against Alabama State in the 16-16 seed.
Okay. Probably not one to watch.
That's background music there, right? Background sound.
Yeah.
And then you would want to watch at 8:10, also on True TV, North Carolina against San Diego State.
Sure.
The 11 versus 11 play-in game to get to the 6th seed. The winner of that game would face 6th seed. I see if you can find that real quick. 6th seed Ole Miss, coached by Chris Beard, who could be the next head coach at Indiana, possibly.
That'd be my number one choice.
I stand with you on that. We agree on that. If
Look what
I'm
he
Indiana,
did.
I'm going for Chris Beard.
Look what he did. I mean, what he did at Texas Tech.
They went to the finals. They went to the finals, and they nearly won. They led in the final minute of that game.
He took Texas Tech to the national championship game. Then had some trouble at Texas, personal trouble.
Yes.
But then what happens? He goes to Ole Miss. Ole Miss doesn't have any basketball tradition at all.
Not really, but that I can think of.
No. And they're in the tournament as a 6th seed. That is a man that you could drop anywhere, and you're in the tournament and winning. Okay? You could drop him in Lincoln, Nebraska, and Chris Beard would be in the tournament and winning.
By year 2.
Yeah. I'd say year 3, no matter what, probably multiple tournament wins. Chris Beard. Now, you can't say that about many guys. There's not that many. Patino's one. You would definitely say Bruce Pearl is one.
You can't even say Calipari for sure right now.
No, yeah. I think there was a time that Calipari was that guy.
Yeah, Bruce Pearl. Yeah, you mentioned that. Bruce Pearl, yes.
I think Rick Barnes might be one.
Rick Barnes turned around Tennessee quickly.
Yeah, you could almost drop him anywhere, and they're going to win. By the way, Rick Barnes used to work out at the downtown Y when he brought his teams in here. I was at the downtown.
Did he get after it?
Yeah, he had a trainer with him. When I saw him, he was in the gym. Just looked down. I was running up on that. They have a track, above the hardwood floor. The downtown Y is closed, but when it was open, they had a track, and I was just jogging around. I looked down. There's Rick Barnes down there with a trainer. I was freaked out. Anyway, probably stayed at the embassy and walked right over.
Probably so.
Anyway, there's a select few guys like that you could drop anywhere and they're going to win. But Beard's one of them. You wonder, is McCollum one of them? He won 32 games at Drake. I mean, you start to wonder. You know,
great season for him. I mean, he won't be there next year. Iowa considers him a top candidate for their job. Indiana could come calling for Ben McCollum. I still think you and I agree that Chris Beard is above him in the echelon of who they should go for.
I think Beard would be the clear number one choice. I mean, Beard is a Knight guy. He's a Bob Knight guy.
That makes sense then.
He's a Bob Knight guy. He's friends with. He worked for both Bob and his son. And Beard, his teams are just ferocious. Remember the Texas teams, how ferocious they were?
Yes, they were
intimidating.
This again didn't work out for him for different reasons.
At Texas, but it worked out at Texas Tech.
Correct.
And it's working out at Ole Miss. He has Ole Miss in the tournament as a 6th seed. And that's impressive. Ole Miss.
It's going to be funny if Carolina loses tonight, when it was already questionable if they should have got in.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the fallout and the drama that happens if they were to lose tonight. Late game 8:20, 8:10 that time. It's 8:10 on True TV. Carolina and San Diego State.
True TV's not hard to find, Jay.
Carolina is, by the way, a 4.5-point favorite, going for a quad one win. They're second of the season.
I'm glad it's starting. And we're going to be at Buffalo Wings and Rings on
Thursday and Friday. The ping pong balls will be, we open the doors at 10:30. Shows from 11 to 6 Thursday and Friday. Come on by. It's always a great time. The beer is flowing. The food is good. TVs are perfectly set up for all the games. You don't want to go anywhere else for March Mayhem, March Madness. Come by Thursday, Friday. There's stuff you can't say. There's trademark there.
March Mayhem.
That's it for us. To drive us next. We will see you guys tomorrow.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Presented by NIPCO on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see